Hello, hello, my green skins. And we have a goblin kitty today. She's staring at you. She's staring at you. She's saying, "Pet me if you dare." Look at the grin. Look at that grin. You can actually see the grin in that little fucking puffball's fucking face. I fucking love it. You just see the little grin and the little glowing eyes. You little evil Clement. I got a great shot. I think that's my best shot of the cat. So hello, Bob the Marauder. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live, live, live.
Mm-hmm.
And Bob's quiet today. That's
I'm
gonna.
quiet because I'm focused on other tasks, such as, getting our link up for our merchandise.
Yes, that would be great.
Any
And
other
don't
links?
forget. Don't forget, New Trek is dead while we're at it. So we have some fun today. We have we're continuation of I Hate Fairyland. If you want to pick up this, you can get this. This is still like very easily acquirable. I found a couple sites that you can get this from real quick. I might want to link these when I do these, but like this isn't as bad as fucking the New Guardians, where that was actually really hard and I needed help from like multiple people to do it. And so we're going to begin the I Hate Fairyland, but today is going to be fun. Today I'm just getting the video up for us. I'm collecting music. It's the sound of music. There we go. The sound of music. I Hate Fairyland. There we go. So today we have a lot to talk about. We have video games. We're going to be talking about a lot of video game stuff while we're gaming today. But we also have the fun that is certain individuals coming up and saying, about certain things. Maybe this was wrong. The mayor of Seattle is decided that she's going to take away all CTR TV cameras now. She doesn't want them in Seattle anymore.
Oh, you're talking CCTV?
Yep, she doesn't want them anymore. Also, I heard a rumor about body. She wants to remove body cams from cops.
Um,
Yeah,
hmm.
yeah, yeah,
Is it because they show the truth? What?
yeah.
Like, some reporter, shove a fucking microphone in her face and ask her, why do you want to remove the body cams? Don't they
But
help?
we have more fun than that. We also have the fun that is the UK situation. Oh boy, we're gonna have fun with that. But let's get through here with our dear readers. We have a situation as we have, uh, once upon a time, as I think that wasn't as a zombie fod. Oops, my bad, innocent old man, as she violently murdered an innocent old man after killing armies of zombies. I just love the fact she just slaughtered everything. But hey, let's look on the bright side instead,
Look on the
despite the poor,
bright side of life.
despite this poor sad all the zombies are dead. Now it's time to. She's singing a song about her onslaught and murder. And it's like, well, now that I've killed everything, we better bring out the dragon that we have hidden in here to burn everything to the ground. Can't let them zombies come back up, can we?
What? Oh, you're talking about Fairyland. I thought you
Yes.
were doing a metaphor about
No, she
Seattle.
actually burns the corpse. She does it right, man. She doesn't deal. She doesn't let that fucking bullshit from Return of the Living Dead. By the way, we're gonna make Bob watch all 7 Return of the Living Dead movies. This is police.
You
Bring
know?
more brains.
Normally we end with the comic, but I guess we're starting with it today. Huh.
What Bob doesn't want it. Bob does not want to watch one of the best zombie horror movies of all time.
No, I don't want you putting extra tasks on me like that. It's just like I already have things I have to do this week that you told me to do, and now you're throwing an extra thing. It's like, dude, slow the fuck
Bob,
down.
Bob, I carry them all, man. I do all the tasks. I carry everything with me. All the extra fun. Like we have fun coming up with the
All the extra
cocaine.
funds and all the extra problems.
Yeah, well, all the extra little problems.
Look at all that baggage.
Yeah. Hey, man, you gotta love the baggage. I personally love the baggage I opened up today. That Cheetos and bacon flavored. That was great baggage. And I have even more baggage. I have some Little Caesars pizza in my fridge right now. That's great baggage too. I'm gonna open it up later. Baggage is fun. Don't worry, Bob. We're not gonna do it until Halloween.
Okay, I'm gonna say, man, it's like first I gotta finish a series called Witch. Then I have to watch whatever the hell new thing you wanted me to look into that dropped today.
Did drop today.
Okay, the second one's not really a major, but still.
For a couple days, we will be reviewing. We'll be reviewing Demons in the Shadows.
My attention span is not that vast. I can only do maybe 2 tasks at a time.
Oh, I do a lot. Like I said, I have to read everything we do before I do something. We have to.
Oh, dude, I wish I could do a line before I worked.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna be talking about cocaine very short. We're gonna be talking about cocaine after this.
I say the amount of energy that you have some days I envy. But the
Oh,
lack
God.
of sleep I don't.
Oh God, I got an hour and a half because I fucking damn near killed myself last night. Oh, this was a fun little thing that happened to us.
Would you
As
almost
we're
fall
doing-
over and hit something?
No, I literally was laying down after the podcast and I was talking to our friend of the channel, Nightwheel, and I rolled over. And as I rolled over, I forgot my phone was on me, and my phone went flying. I grabbed my phone and my whole body decided to take. The gravity decided to go, hey asshole, guess what? Inertia, bitch. Off the fucking bed I went, slam. Ah. But hey, you know what? I did what I did like a good soldier and kept my rifle above the water.
Something about rifle above the water?
Yes, I kept my phone I kept my phone from hitting anything.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
I think it'd be better to lose a phone in a body of water that you're in than a fucking plugged-in toaster. I'll take that any day.
No, you got dude. We would be live streaming tonight if we did. If I lost that
I
phone.
know. I lost that phone. Well, here's the thing. I'd rather have you alive and in, I would say, good health, but as decent of health as you can manage, old man, than not at all.
Everything hurts. Everything.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I can't even say good health. It's like as decent that you can manage. Try not to break something.
I had a buddy of mine go, dude, you complain about pain so much. How much pain are you actually in? So I grabbed his arm, I twisted the muscle, kind of gave him a thing. I said, now give me your taser. After I gave him a red thing, I'm going to shoot you in that arm. Then how about while I'm at it, I'm going to punch you in the back 5 times.
Oh, don't worry. Ever since my fucking injury in the back, oh, I got the old man package early.
Oh, dude, it don't take
that
much.
lack of mobility is fucking awful. I hate it.
Yep. It's all in the neck and shoulder.
For me, it's all lower back, so pretty much anything I do with like upper torso, if I do something the wrong way, oh, you're feeling it. That's why I'm very rigid whenever I move sometimes.
Oh, dude, it's even worse about that, man. You got to remember, like, it doesn't take much. Once you injure your back, it will constantly re-injure.
Yeah.
I know. I slip a disc every 4 months.
Yeah, and the worst part is like, remember my shoulder thing? Is like, the shoulder thing, the only reason it hurts so much is because it was new. I've kind of just, like, bit my lip and dealt with the lower back pain for years at this point.
You do get used to it.
Yeah, but you twist the wrong way, whoo! Whoo!
speaking about twisting the wrong way, their Princess Cloud or Queen Cloud has now gone to the Chamber of Councils to try to get rid of Ingrid. She wants to kill Gertrude here, and God damn you, Avast, fuck off! I'm going
There's
to.
something about the art style that really reminds me of Raymond.
It really does. I really, you know what? I like it. I do like it.
Especially with the facial expressions that the Cloud Lady had.
Yep. I do, dude. This whole thing has such a beautiful look. Like, okay, can we be honest? Like, I know you're finally, yeah. This stuff is really good. Like I would, if I could, I would do a live reading. But there's 50 other motherfuckers who are doing live readings and stuff. So I really don't want to be that guy. We're just going through the book to show you the book and how beautiful the book is and how like absurd. Like, look at this. Look at this fat centaur. It's hysterical. She stole the horn. I really don't understand what the big deal is, and she's being chased by this guy. And now, there's some fun stuff here. Like here, she falls to her damn near death, hits the ground, and now she's unconscious. I like this. So what will hit up the Loopsy landing after, even though we got find the key and the lollipops and stuff. So she's unconscious. Now he's like, oh, she's still out. She's still out. Oh, great. Nothing like a little rain to make a miserable life even more miserable. And the rain says, you're welcome. The rain says, hi, you're welcome, asshole. And she is still unconscious. So now he's built our little friend here is smoking a cigarette underneath the leaf. He's dealing with the rain. This is why I'm saying we got it, Bob. I'll send you this because I think you got to read this. We're throwing something on here now, Bob. We're adding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, you remember when we were doing office work and I was actively falling apart?
Yeah.
Oh, I would die in an office.
Well, you're in the worst situation now. You're a streamer. You don't get paid when it's all said and done.
Broke bitch when I was born, I'll be a broke bitch when I die.
Yeah.
What do you say to that, Shunny?
Hey man, I don't mind hobo living. If you're gonna fucking go out, you're gonna go out with a smile. All right, so
I'm about to say, if I end up as being a hobo for the rest of my life, I'm just gonna end up becoming a wanderlust king. I'm just gonna start traveling.
Honestly, it's not hard to do. You just need about five. You need about if you want to hit the road. Okay, word of wisdom. It'll cost you about $2,000. You're not going to have gaming stuff. You can maybe get a tablet and a couple other little fun little devices. I would suggest getting a solar panel or a little battery pack. But for the ingredients and everything you need to make a life where you travel, because you could hit the rails. Bob, right now, you are in a world where you could hit those old ancient rail trails and you're goddamn fucking you could wander for days in America. There's quite a few homes, there's quite a few places in America. There is no such thing as a homeless situation in America. You could live off the land in America still functionally to this day. The problem is it's expensive. It's expensive.
I'm talking dire straits, and that's if, for some bizarre reason, I'm taken for everything I possibly own.
Yeah, you're looking at $2,000. That's to keep a running life going on the road, and you're probably looking at a minimum of a couple $100 a month, maybe to keep everything up and running for food and supplies. Everything else you could kind of do off the land if you know what you're doing.
And also save up for firepower, just in case. Never know if a bear is going to come running out the woods.
And again, that's the thing. And the second you kill that, you have to process it and get rid of it because that's technically against the law. And what if it's what if it has rabies? You can't technically cook the meat. You have to test the meat for. There's a lot of problems.
Yeah. Well, I also go with the philosophy: if no one sees it, it didn't happen.
Yeah, because
is it immoral? Oh, yes, it is. Is it against the law? Oh, yes, it is. but it was my life or his.
If you're in a hobo situation, man, that's how it goes, man. But there are rails all over the country where there's nothing out there. It's just abandoned, nothing.
Yeah,
It's fucking
yeah.
bad.
That is Dire Straits. That is Mad Max Bob arc. That is if everything just goes to shit.
Like there's places in Canada that are like that too. There are places in Canada where like the homeless situation is only because the motherfuckers are crack fiends 90
Yeah,
like I'm
fiends
not
or
joking.
refuse to help themselves. I've seen
Yeah,
that where they're not addicted to anything; they
the
just
housing
choose
situation
to
in town
wither.
the housing situation in town sucks. Not gonna lie, it's probably one of the worst things in town. Like they people want now for housing at least in my location. You're looking at like $2,000 to $3,000 just for a fucking 1 bedroom, which is insane. That is a stupidly high price for a place that falls apart around you. Like I saw a lady trying to get a basement apartment. She wanted a basement apartment. She wanted $1,200. That doesn't include hydro. She wants you to pay for the utilities of the place in that situation. I'm like, no, I'm living in your basement. You aren't making me pay your utilities. Thank you very much. I will cover a percentage of your utilities. I am not covering your utilities plus paying you rent at that point. That's just absurd. So anyway, speaking about utilities, our little cricket friend, our little friend here, is building a little house for himself while she's sleeping. He had enough time to build a house.
He's
Now,
playing Minecraft.
yeah, he builds him a little house. Now he's living in a house. She's still unconscious. Winter comes. She's still unconscious. Now he's building more. He's building a big house, and he found himself a wife, and she's still unconscious. But here's even better: she's slowly growing a beard, and she has a kid, and the beard is like her little curls. Like, look at that. That's fucking cute, man. Yeah. Then he got drunk one night, and she left. So he burnt the house to the ground. Now she has a full beard. She's been sleeping for days in the grass. Now, finally, she gets woken up by someone singing. And unfortunately, she gets woken up by the new antagonist of the show, Happy. This is the new little girl that they've summoned to take her place. And the idea is we're going to take her place so that if this girl beats her to the prize, she no longer is the little savior girl. This girl is. You know what happens then? Her ass gets wiped off the map. Like she becomes a resident of Fairy Tale, and all the rules apply, including axing her and murdering her and killing her off.
Honestly, Chief,
Yeah.
this entire plot line is like, what if Drunk Bob was isekai'd, but the drunkenness never went away?
Yep.
And then that just stays for 20 years. I'd probably have the same mentality. Just like, burn the forest, guard the land.
Yeah. You're so silly. Sure, I am Happy, and my name is Happy, and this is my guideless Miss Lady. I am thinks she bounces to the girl. She has the star shine.
The star eyes.
Yeah, the star that star shine that's called, like where the eyes are like.
Oh, I'm about to say, what the hell is a sharsha?
Yeah, the star shine. Yeah.
Star
Anyway,
shine. English.
Joy, so she comes from a place called Joyville, Wisconsin. It's the best small little.
Wisconsin. You come from Wisconsin.
I love how they're shaving her face off. What are you doing here with your smiles? I'm on a quest for a key. So this little girl's like, wait a minute, you've been here for a long time, made it this far. Oh my! It seems like forever. It's only been it would be that long. It's only been one whole day. She was there for one whole day, and she's already reached someone who's been doing this for 40 years. Oh yeah, the little girl's getting farther than poor Gertrude. Now Gertrude's getting mad. And I like it too because Gertrude was a bitch to people. Well, they fucked with her, you know? So it's like that glitch. She gave me a pair of moldy wooden nuts. And then she said she'd summon a spirit. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Last question. And she's like, and so Gertrude just snaps. Because Gertrude's Gertrude. I like this. You're just so much a funny goose. Want to play? So, Bob, with the power of love. So she activates, we can play. She activates the power of love, blasts Gertrude through a bunch. Look at all the trees she destroys. 3 trees, 4 trees. It just slams her against the wall. And then she's like, well, golly, that was so much fun. Bye now. Hello, lady. Let's look for the refined golem logs of Largun. So she just crouches off. Thanks. Keep in touch. Go fluff yourself. Poor Gertrude. She got her ass kicked by a sunshine girl. Well, I like this. Gertrude, where are you? Gert, come on. I know you're embarrassing. You get beaten up by a girl who shoots rainbows, but look at the bright side. At least you're not dead. Well, how do you like that ending of a little girl? Well,
It would be nice if the video would keep up and I wouldn't be on a delay.
yeah. Okay.
I saw like a quick little shot of Gertrude. I'm like, God damn!
Yeah, she got wiped out.
That's what happens to a fucking imp when you point blank on with the double barrel. She got fucking gibbed.
That's what happens when your friends decide to shoot an animal with a fucking elephant gun.
Yeah. I honestly want to know what a 4-gauge slug would do to a grizzly.
Yeah.
If we could... Actually, yeah, now think about it. I've seen ballistic dummy heads.
More, but yeah, my friends are psychos.
I can talk. You can't talk because you don't know how to shut up with the real shit. I've seen Kentucky Ballistics video where they had like a ballistic gel head of a grizzly bear and they tested different calibers.
Yeah.
I want to see if he'll do something like that again. Like, he also did one where it was like a giant ballistic T-Rex head. It's kind of cool.
Well, there was these guys testing elephant guns in on a YouTube video.
I want to see what a 4-gauge slug could do to a big beast like that.
Dude,
the only difference between like a slug and a what is it? A 700 Nitro Express, or is it?
Yeah.
Or a Nitro Express elephant hunting round is the Express has a lot more pressure than the shotgun shell.
But we all know the best gun, the best weapon, the best melee weapon is a bow. Demon of the Shadow Realm. Wow,
what the fuck did you just say?
Best melee weapons of bow. The best missile weapons of bow.
Melee weapon is a bow. Don't hit things with a bow.
Best missile weapons of bow. Best missile weapons of bow. Fucking fight me.
And I'd say the best missile weapon would be the Patriot system that we have currently, but yeah.
Yeah, but problem is the problem is as all great weapons. The bigger the bang, the more the government won't let you use them. Now, a bow, however, sure, it takes a good couple years of training.
You don't have that many years of training.
What?
I will give you a crossbow, sir.
I'll
give you a goat's foot.
I actually do know how to use old crossbows. I even know how to use a bow and a sling. I'm just not good. I'm just not good with the sling.
That's what they all say.
That thing is terrifying.
That's what they all say. It's just like, oh, I totally used to do that. I'm just not that good. So you're untrained.
No,
gotcha.
I'm actually trained in the bow. I actually can use
that is a cop and load of shit, and you know it.
I can do stuff with a bow. I'm just not like
somebody who's trained. What would they say? They'd say, "I've done it before. It's been a long time. I would have to get reacquainted." What does this guy say?
No,
something else. I'm not good. Therefore, he didn't receive training. He's talking out his ass.
No, I did actually receive training for the bow. I did receive some training for the bow. I do know how to use a crossbow. I'm not the crossbow's easy.
The crossbow's fucking intuitive shit.
Yeah.
Granted, the ones I used were low power, but I mean, what else are you gonna give a kid, really?
I used the high powered one once. That fucker took a bit to load, but once you were loaded it, that thing could fucking punch holes through trees. Like, it was crazy. The one my friend had. The one
Look out, Conan. Look out. Aris is coming back and he's armed with a fucking arbalist.
These modern day bows, these modern day crossbows are next fucking level, Bob.
Oh yeah,
like, next fucking level.
Fuck having arms. I've noticed the system, like the way to go with the system is like a pulley system because it has better tension than a crossbow with traditional arms.
Dude, this fucker.
It looks like a fucking railgun too. That's the wild part.
We'll talk about this later. I don't want to do this while we're doing the review for this. Okay, Daemons of the Shadow Realm. This is an interesting little anime that has been coming out from the creator of Full Metal Jacket, Full Metal Alchemist.
What is your major about beef?
Full Metal Alchemist, boys and girls.
You imagine fucking Arlie Ermy in an anime? Holy fuck!
Dude, I'll send it to you. There's someone did an AI anime of Full Metal Jacket the earlier in the season.
You need Arlie Ermy to have like cell shading over his eyes at all times.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. By the way, he's actually done voice acting. That guy had a career.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to get into that. We'll be here all night.
I was going to drop you a little factoid, just a one-off. For that movie, they gave him the honorary rank of drill sergeant.
So also, the funny thing about this is also property of Square Enix, of all things. Square Enix made this bad boy. Which floors me as a person. No, it's a Square Enix property. It's actually created by Square Enix.
You think we're going to get a video game?
That's the weird thing. Yes and no. Sometimes they do that. Sometimes they don't. Look at the weird Final Fantasy one with that outrageous super gun. This is about
Gunblade.
No. They have a gun. There's a It's called Final Fantasy Unlimited. It's about a bunch of little kids that enter into an alternate reality looking for their parents, and they go on an adventure. And they run into a guy who has a gun that's like strapped to his arm. He has a big metal fucking thing, and he shouts out
like
his
Barrett.
What?
Like Barrett? How Barrett kind of has his gun arm.
Yes, but it's more overkill. Basically, he shouts out the commands of his spells. And he puts the spells in like a 3-barrel chamber and a super gun. We talked about it in over the top anime guns. We talked about how like insane
and how one that did the animation where when you did the ability, the little ammunition pulsed and sounded like a heartbeat.
Yeah, legitimately, as you ram it, he puts bullets in there. And once he pulls the trigger, it turns into an Esper, and the Esper like blows everything away. It's a good series.
I
Yeah,
remember now.
yeah,
That
yeah,
thing
yeah.
looked like a fucking trumpet rather than a gun.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's one of the stupidest guns out there, boys. So I'm gonna see if GJ's joining us tonight because I know GJ said he was gonna join us. I don't know if Aros is gonna join us. I know
When
GJ's.
fantasy designs get too out there, it makes people retarded.
It is over the top. So
It's hard to find that balance.
yeah,
Speaking
it
of
is.
which, how high fantasy is this series? Is this out there, or is this kind of similar to Full Metal Alchemist?
We'll get to that.
We're talking about it.
Yeah, we're gonna get to it now. So I said we're gonna get to it. I was just sending I was just sending a message to DJ. Hey, joining us. Okay. So Demons of the Shadow Realm starts off where you think you're in a fantasy Japanese setting. Turns out that it's a modern day setting.
The guy's kind
All
of
the
dressed like
people are
Fred from
living.
Scooby Doo.
Yeah, yeah. All the people are living in a world that is believed to be like they believe they're like in some medieval fantasy setting.
Hmm.
Like they kind of believe they're like in ancient Japan. In actuality, they're not. They are in a modern day Japan. The problem is that they've hid themselves away because of the power of the two children, the twins. You have yourself your twins here. You have yourself the girl here and the boy. These twins are those born of the night and dawn, the twilight and dawn. In other words, one was
Yin
born.
Yang.
Yeah, one was born during the twilight. The other one was born just as night was setting. One's just as day was breaking. Both. I don't know which ones. They actually don't say which one's which. I don't think. I don't think they. Well, they kind of hinted, but not too sure. So
It's knowing how Yin Yang tends to work is one can take the aspect of the other when it's actually the other one. Not saying like the male and the female look like each other, but it's
yeah,
like the dark one will dress in light colors and the
yeah,
light one will dress in dark colors.
yeah. So this little the brother has been living in this village for a long time because the village is that of a like this thing, not realizing what's going on. Now, out of nowhere, this girl here, the sister, shows up to get revenge. She's pissed that this village stuff that happened here. So this starts off a fight, basically. Now, these two individuals here are the guardians of the village. They're two dogs. They're two protective god spirits.
Oh, like the
Left,
Foo Dogs.
yeah, yeah, left and right, left and right. He ends up becoming the master of left and right. Now he's actually their power, and they're fighting to fight. It's kind of so it all
They're
kind of
fighting the
stems.
fight.
They're fighting the creatures that this girl right here, his sister. This becomes an over the top like futuristic like then they're traveling into the future. They travel into reality, and now they're just trying to figure out what's going on. He is in the I am on episode 3. He's in the stage of figuring out where he sits in the world. It's an interesting idea that people become joined with the summoner creatures, and they become your pet. You're not your pets, but you become their master. But you become controlled of their master. So there's all these different like creatures, like they say cryptids, Cthulhu, yokai, demons, angels. All these things exist in reality, but you have to like make pacts and join them and become one with them to use them in combat. So it's very similar to a demon summoner setting, but it's not demon summoner. It's very, very close though. And it's a very unique setting because he's a phenomenal hunter. This is a kid who went out hunting every day with his dad. This is a kid that knows how to use a bow really good. So when they come to his village, one of the characters has looks like Elric. It's basically a little blonde Elric. It's a little female version of Elric. And she goes around killing everybody because that's her job. Oh, I kill people. Oh, don't worry. She murders the mother of this little girl. She's like, don't worry, little girl. I'm not going to murder you. I don't kill children. And I'm like, whoa, okay, psycho much. So he finds out that she killed the villagers. He's not happy about that. So he picks a fight with her and damn near almost kills her, hits her with a bunch of arrows. It's literally an interesting idea. And again, Left and Right are fun because Left is a serious person, but Left is a badass. She's a female character, but she's kind of like that rough badass. Right is a complete bruiser, but he's a happy-go-lucky bruiser. He's like, "Oh, hello. Oh, you're alive. Hi there, little girl. Oh, I'm just here to help you out here and bring you to a safe place. My master wanted you to see. Oh, you can't see me. Hi." And he appears to her, and the girl faints. It's like, why does that keep happening? He's kind of that over the top. Both character. One is a. You know what it kind of reminds me of? Actually, there was not Journey to the West. There's not an anime, but there's a book where this prince gets two warriors. I think it's two samurais, and one's like a fucking drunkard psychopath. The other one's like a precision violence person. And when he, it's funny because in the story I remember reading, it's vague. This is Popping Pistons. This might be a light novel. This might be something else. The left reminds me of the quiet compulsion person. When Wright gets when I guess would be the right, but when this guy gets hurt, what's the name of the character now? Oh, I can't remember his name. But he gets hurt. He carries spears and bows and shit. He's over the top. But when he gets hurt, this person goes off, grabs a bunch of fucking sticks, sharpened sticks, and goes and murders everyone in this tower. Kills everyone in silence. It's just they don't see her coming. She's like, oh, dead, 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 dead. And they're just bodies speared with bamboo. And she just ran around this fucking thing killing people with bamboo. And it just murdered everyone. There's blood everywhere. There's like rivers of blood. Because she rammed it and she had it so the hole would open up and then it sucks out the blood. So there's just like rivers. It explains that there was rivers of blood. I can't remember the name of this. Was this a manga or a light novel? I might have even been a fan. Like someone made this. I can't remember. It was really good though. It was like so shockingly good. It's just like pissed this. Don't piss off Left. don't piss off this person. You piss this person off, they do violence. I think Left's like that. I think Left is like extreme violence. Like I wouldn't want to fuck with Left. Right might let you go, Left doesn't. As Left says, there's a moment when Right's they're talking about hunting this person down and how and like Right's like, okay, so I guess we're gonna go find this person. And they ask Left, and Left said, I'm fine with finding this person because I will not be the one hunted. They'll be the one hunted. And I'm like, okay, I like this character. Now, there is a caveat. I'm not 100% sure if Funimation's doing its funny. Okay, I gotta talk about the whack crap. I'm sorry, Bob. I hate doing this to you. Whack crap ahoy. Unfortunately for this anime, I think they're putting in their little idioms. Funimation idioms. There is a moment where two people are talking about how they're going to deal with the fact that they're dealing with the fact that they have to hide this kid, because he's 16. How do we hide him in plain sight? Well, he has to get. Well, they basically the boy-girl scenario. The two people that are protecting him. One of them says, well, I guess we'll get married then. And she's like, I'm not getting married. My heart belongs to, and it cuts to dark and it's saying, and then you hear the person scream, my heart belongs to Jason Lautner. And I'm like,
what?
Oh, no. Funny. Don't do a funny. Funny. This is why no one trusts you anymore. This is why people are willing to buy. Like, this is why if Japan ever starts selling their shit, and selling sub versions of their DVDs that America, you disappear next week. Don't pull a Crunchy. We don't want Crunchy. Okay. So hopefully they didn't pull a Crunchy. But like that was kind of annoying.
I feel like I don't need to feel. I am lost.
Okay. Crunchy has a bad habit of doing a crunchy. We used to call it funny pulling a funny, but it's Crunchy doing a crunchy now. So basically,
Crunchyroll?
the joke is Crunchyroll will they'll Americanize anime.
Okay.
Now the thing about this Americanizing anime, you do not Americanize a very Japanese anime. Like this is insanely Japanese. Like to the point I actually was going to ask them about a scene in here. Did they actually put this there where you hook up with like the Jayden Lothar reference? I was actually going to send them that. I was actually going to send the creator that because this is extremely Japanese. Like this to the point that like yokai, 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 yokai. Like holy, like look at all the yokai here. Like there be a lot of yokai over here. There's even the giant head yokai. Like, fuck. Do not. This is super Japanese. To the point, like, the village is Japanese. Let's not make this Let's not fuck with this, okay? This doesn't need Americanism. This is meant to be a Japanese story. Maybe they'll add American characters into it. You do not need to do that to this anime. Stop that funny. You're not fucking. Stop that crunchy. You're not funny.
Are you talking about the same thing they did with Magus Bride? Where with the cats, instead of calling them what they were supposed to be, they called them Bakaneko instead of Catchy.
Mm-hmm. Dude, look, the gremlin
localization is not always a good thing.
No, it's not. It's insulting when you do that. Like, you don't need to do that to a series that actually looks really like this looks really good. And this is from the creator of Full Metal Alchemist. I wouldn't fuck with this person because this person actually has say in the Japanese market. Like, if this person gets pissy, you might have a problem. Look, the cat is staring at you. Its paws is ready. The little gremlin is looking at you. Do you want to piss off the little gremlin, Crunchy? Don't piss off the little gremlin. He doesn't deserve that. Anyway, I hate talking about this. I know it drives you nuts, Bob, and I know I'm going off on it. You're just like, ugh. But it's truly sad. It is sad when they do that shit. All right, let's get to the top. Let's get to the topics. Let's get to the game today.
The stars.
Let's go. Let's get this up. Let's play our Legend of Zelda Minish Cap. Now, Bob, you wanted to bring something to the table?
Yeah, of course.
You are always allowed to bring stuff to the table. We love when people bring stuff to the table. Less work for me.
Yeah. Now, the one thing I'm not bringing to the table is a turkey dinner, but not because I don't want to, because I'm broke.
I spent my last couple bucks to buy pizza for people today. It was really good.
You're a good neighbor.
I am a good neighbor, but I am fucking.
You know what isn't a good neighbor? Gith and tieflings.
Yeah,
they're good neighbors. If anybody can guess the subject today, we're talking about the defantasization. Yeah.
Defantasization. I got the same.
The lack of fantasy that is in current fantasy media. They're trying to ground it when it's supposed to be out there.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of annoying. Oh, we got Zelda up. We're good.
I was like, hey, anybody remember what the Gith used to be? They used to be very horrible things that you don't want to run into.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. All right, so we got ourselves our Zelda for today, boys. Let's get ourselves going.
I think my first wake-up call to this subject matter, I shit you not, was Baldur's Gate 3. And then I started noticing it even in anime where it's like, yeah, you're in a different world, but it plays on video game rules, and it's like that takes me out of it completely.
Yeah, everything was video game rules at this point. It got so annoying. It got annoying on my end because I was thinking to myself, like, how is that fair? Like I'm not trying to diss on video game rules. Everyone has their own little thing, but it's like video game rules became a thing for everything.
And I get the slice of life animes kind of making fun of the fact of in a video game when you kill, I don't know, a a rat. You know, like for the first quest, you gotta clear out somebody's cellar of like 4 rats. But one of the rats drops like a fucking iron greatsword, and it's like, fucking how?
Yeah,
How?
like, it got really bad for that, and that was one thing that did it. For me, it wasn't Baldur's Gate. I started seeing this after the Isekai Sword Art Online stuff. That was for
me. It was
when
the art style. I looked at how generic all the weapons were. Like, okay, the vistas were somewhat nice, but I was looking at the weapons, the armor, and it's like, this is so generic, and I feel gross touching it, almost. I'm
Like-
having a hard time putting my feelings into words here, but it feels too safe. It feels way too safe instead of the armor being stylized of whoever made it. You know, it's like, hey, you look at Tolkien stuff, the movies. Hey, you look at Gimli's axe and Gimli's helmet, that's a dwarf and make stuff. It doesn't have to be on a dwarf, but you can tell a dwarf made that. You look at the blades that Legolas uses, and it's like, that's a wood elf blade.
Yeah. Like, even the bows were designed in a way. But here's the thing, can I be honest? I would even go as far as saying we actually have to blame Peter Jackson for this, because he slowly brought fantasy back to being the pseudo thing that it was. Like, it was stupid.
You're talking like Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief or whatever?
No. We're talking about Lord of the Rings. I'm talking about the classic movie. Those movies brought fantasy into a setting that wasn't seen before, and that became a problem for a lot of us gamers, and we were having that type of issue.
Okay.
Like,
The one thing I
let's be
can
honest.
take away from the movie that I did enjoy was, despite some things looking a bit generic, like, okay, human Hamlet. Yeah, it looks like a human Hamlet that you'd find in any generic setting. But you go over where the orcs are, the pits, the foundries, everything looks mean. Like, it's trying to be industrial, but it doesn't quite have it yet.
Yeah. Yeah, and the problem I have with this is, like I said, I'm noticing, like, the video game, like, for a guy who likes something like Shangri-La Frontier didn't hide the fact that it was a video game.
No, it actively is a video game VR world.
It's not Isekai or some other world. It's like, no, it's just a video game. The man's playing VR chat on crack.
Yeah, he is. Well, literally crack. He drinks like fucking, I don't know if you've noticed, he drinks like 8 energy drinks all fucking.
The man is a true gamer, alright? Because, yeah, I could slam a few energy drinks back in a day. Yeah, it's not healthy at all. Don't do that. Whoever's listening, do not do that. That is awful. But I've done it.
Also, we all know what will happen with fine. Oh, hello, DJ. Hello, Chris. So we're talking about the defantilization of fantasy and how fantasy is becoming more of a, how to put it bluntly, fantasy is becoming more just like a video game than actually anything else.
And all the races that are supposed to be unique are just humans with hats.
Well, that is something we've dealt with in D&D for years. You always have that situation. Like, I make the joke about the bar.
No, even in writing. I've noticed it in writing for video games.
Yeah.
Because when I'm talking fantasy, I'm talking all the media.
Yeah, we are. But, like, in general, we're starting to see it. And partially it's video games' fault. I blame video games, but I also blame YouTubers for this. A lot of modern day YouTubers brought stuff like Dungeons and Dragons to the forefront. Like, one of my favorite things for this that I saw recently is the perception check. That song. I rolled a 1. Fuck. Da, 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 you know, like that.
Let's say rolled 1 on perception. For us, you succeeded.
Yeah. I know, but that mentality. I rolled a 1. Fuck. It's like, then he's like, okay, so what are you gonna do now? And he's like, well, there's a small hooded person. Oh, it's a small hooded person? Okay, I roll a thing. That's funny. And he keeps going with, like, then he viciously mocks the child to death that they were looking for.
Why?
Yep, because he was in a mask, didn't know who it was. He went, well, the body's, what's it called? That's now dead, right? okay, and then he's like, so he loots the child corpse. Have you ever heard the Perception song?
I think I've heard like the first few seconds of it, and I was like, okay, well, this is lame.
Yeah,
kind of threw it out.
Oh, dude, it is.
See, I like the was it Heidi Heidi Ho, hit your goblin with the banjo.
Yeah,
I like that song because it's like it got some banjo metal going on. Yeah, I can see how people play D&D to this.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, it's like it's that over the top, like that's what modern D&D is now. It's all everyone's hobo fucking. Everyone, you know,
everyone's a murder hobo. Yeah, video game mentality has leaked in here where it's like, hey, I'm gonna attack this NPC, but why? Oh, just to see what loot they drop. It's like, fucker.
Like, look. I'm playing a game right now where it's not uncommon for me to go into a house and go, do. Hey, what are you doing? Smash! What do you mean? What are you doing to my chest? That's the last 30 gold I ever had. Smash! It's like, yeah, that's it.
I still like to play my games with a brevity of morality. That's why I don't, what is it? Nothing really collides with me in the D&D that we play because Bob is Bob. Bob understands he's a mortal man. He's not a fucking game character with save files.
Yeah. But like me, as a person of my thing, man, you do not know how often I have seen people. That is how they play the game, man. And it's okay. Again, you can't really stop someone from doing stupid shit like that. You will run into it all the time in Dungeons and Dragons. I'm not trying to be an ass by saying this. Players, we all fucking know people like this. You know, it's not uncommon. But you can't deny what we're looking at, and this kind of makes you laugh. It's just the way it is, the video game aspect. Like, for example, we haven't had Aru say anything that's been too video gamey, so I'm kind of happy for that. I haven't had him, you know, ask me about, you know, how many fairies do I need to open up this door? You know, even though I am technically using a video game, like I'm using a video game as our source, the shooter, the retro shooter that is, what's it called? No, I'm using the retro shooter that is, what's the name of it now? I fucking have it on my fucking computer. It's Killing Time. I am using Killing Time as a way to, like, you know, create this. So, you know, can't really say much to the matter on this, but you know. I'm doing it more as a joke to the scenario. It's not actually me being...
I see it as the game upset.
Yep.
That's the way I looked at it, because it's a game that the god wants to play. But also, in order to have what's going down kind of fall apart, you're going to have to...
Yeah.
I have to say, every puzzle, you know, has its solution. So just like how the Rubik's Cube was fucked up, you have to unfuck up the Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, and that would be something Seth would do too, to fucking put a challenge on. Like I said, you guys are slowly moving yourselves towards either Freedom or Ravenloft, one of the two, like a permanent residency.
And all because one player's like, hey, I want to do that. It's like, how about no? No.
You guys gotta take chances. You guys gotta take chances every once in a while, okay?
Okay, I'm cool with taking chances, but I'm not suicidal.
Hey man, if you guys walk away, that's the one thing about Ravenloft, man. You'll either walk away with everything or nothing, and that's fine. That's how it works.
I didn't ask to go there.
Yep. Well, you know, unfortunately, Bob, you rolled a 1, and everyone else rolled a 1. Fuck.
Oh, I rolled a 1 on a dex check? Oh, fuck yeah.
No, you rolled a 1 on that magical P5 stuff. But anyway, we run into it all the time.
The 5e shit, yeah.
It really did start, like, let's be honest, it really did start with the bullshit that is 5th edition. Like in groups like that, when that started happening...
You could look at the artwork, too. When you make something so generic that it's supposed to hit all crowds, it's like, who's this really for? In fantasy, as much as people want to say it's for everybody, different fantasies have different vibes for different crowds.
Oh, it's not. I have said it. I have said it once, and I'll say it again. It is not for everybody. Like modern fantasy, like the good thing like that. The movie Willow. It is not for everyone. But is it a great fucking movie? Oh fuck yeah! It's one of the best fantasy romps out. Like probably one of the best fantasy movies out there.
You know, the wildest thing. I knew somebody who didn't like Lord of the Rings, but they loved Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah, and Pan's Labyrinth is also fantasy, but that's dark fantasy. Like there is different fantasy aspects.
Yeah,
but that was the thing.
My original point still stands. Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, but that's also.
Like...
Yeah, go
ahead. What was I? Because I stopped because I know you're gonna start yapping again.
Yeah, but yeah, if you're gonna let me, okay. So that's the thing about it. It's not even a different strokes for different folks. It's just in general, fantasy has always been that way. There's always had this energy about it. Like there's your fairy tales, and then there's your fucking Grimm's, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I was
funny.
about to say,
all the good modern fantasies all come from Japan because they respect the material.
I can't. Yeah, I agree. It is.
It's like we have Witch Hat all here. We have Frieren. I may have not liked Frieren, but I also like Magus Bride. All right, and it's like those are European fantasy settings, effectively, and you could also say the same for Berserk. It's a lot of Celtic mythology thrown in there.
Yeah, well, Celtic and French. Apparently, he took a lot of the stuff from French fantasies, the folktales.
Okay, but you still get what I'm saying here is they do fantasy better than us because we have lost the plot.
We really have, and that's the thing. It's now video games. That's all it is. It's all video game characters. It's not really D&D anymore. It's like even D&D doesn't have the same energy and gravity that it used to have. It's all roll high for everything. Oh, 22. I made a 22 success rating.
Don't forget your extra like wisdom guidance dice as well to be thrown towards your number.
Yeah.
Really like that numeral system where it's like, okay, you have your 20 plus this plus this plus this. It's like, how about you just work with a flat fucking number? That's why I like Fako so much. It's a flat number system.
Yep.
Anybody who's ever played any tabletop war game would understand Fako far better than what they have in the modern system. Literally, what was like old school Warhammer? I'm talking like 5th, 6th, and maybe even 7th edition 40k.
Yeah.
Armor save versus toughness. Okay, what is the strength of the weapon? Alright, we made it past the armor save. How much you gotta do to wounds? There we go. Easy day.
Yeah, so the problem with this is, like, it's stuff, like, it all kind of started with the creation. Oh, you little prick. Get over here. Fuck off.
Yeah, just that fucking armor system. When we had a player who didn't quite... Hey, DJ. We had a player who didn't quite understand Fako at first, and then I literally told him 40k tabletop armor rating system. Ballistic skill, weapon skill. I just explained that to him, and he's like, oh, got it. Easy day. There we go.
Yeah. Exactly. My annoyance with it is, like, modern day. It all kind of started with D&D, it started with video games have always been a problem that's kind of popped up in the Dungeons & Dragons. So like, Bob wasn't playing D&D. And back in the university...
I'm happy I wasn't playing back in those days, because you had some fucking stories, and I was going through my edgelord phase at that time. Thank God I got past over that hump.
Honestly, a part of me would have loved to see you play that, but Jesus fuck, like, you would have lost it. You would have lost your edgelord shit real quick. Like,
I know. Like, I wasn't gonna be doing like I fall down from a comet or anything. No, it was just this ironclad man plated head to toe, who just had a goddamn arsenal on his back.
Back in the day when I ran old school D&D, it was all about we're talking about. I guess I started running at the university close to around 2000-ish, and it was on and off. I'd get a good group going for like a year, maybe 2, sometimes 3, and then I'd be back off to the table again every once in a while. It was just.
I would have been a fucking amoeba. I was still in diapers.
I stopped running university games back in 2000, like COVID hit, basically. That was the end of my game. That was when
2020.
Yeah. That's when I lost. That I was so mad. Man. I felt like I lost a part of my heart. I really did.
Oh hell, I would have played with you. You know, whenever I wasn't on duty.
Yep. But we ran, like I didn't run online stuff at that point until after that. Like it was the point where I was playing video. I just played video games with people, you know. I had no interest in any of this shit. But anyway, hello DJ, welcome. We are talking about how fantasy is no longer fantasy. It's just video game fantasy at this point. Like the systems, the attitude, the gameplay, sort of
Or
like
everything. And even the artwork is heavily generic to try and get as wide of an audience as possible.
Or super anime style now, like, which sucks because I miss that old school, classic, you know, sexy anime or sexy art style. Like I would say, even anime has lost anime.
I'm about to say he's lost the fly. Ignore him, DJ. I'm saying
Yeah.
style.
I don't think my sound was on until just now. I didn't say much, but I just realized I didn't have OBS open about the audio. Yeah, I mean, I don't even have a concept of fantasy. When you say fantasy, I think of Lord of the Rings, and I guess tabletop fantasy. But really, I just think about books and movies and one other fantasy category, thing. But yeah, basically that.
Yeah. So my feeling towards fantasy is my thing is the people I want to blame. I want to blame the modern Lord of the Rings. I blame Lord of the Rings for the bullshit of modern day fantasy.
The movies or the books?
The movies. I don't blame the books. I believe the books were awesome. I believe the movies because we had the era of the hippie fucking bullshit that was coming into Lord of the Rings at that time, and so we kind of lost the plot. And like I said, the movies created a normie society that wants to talk about D&D. It wants to play Dungeons and Dragons now. Oh, everyone was Legolas back in the day. I had 50 fucking.
I know, you're right. And like, there goes the girls at school who be like, oh, you, and that's like their fixation, and that's why they would do it partially.
At one point, elves were the modern vampires, like fucking Edward, Team Legolas.
Oh yeah. There was, which makes me bad.
Oh fuck! Ah, you gave me a memory. Holy fuck! Middle school. Hobbit. Middle school. Hobbit. These girls, I shit you not, were gushing over all the dwarves in the party of the Hobbit. And they're like, oh, the young dwarf, oh, he's so cute and all that. I'm like, oh my fucking god, where am I?
There's always an opportunity if
I just got some like fucking psychic whiplash. Fuck.
But it's like, okay, if you're in this flow, then I must clear the bar.
Man, poor Aros and DJ, the short stacks here, they would have actually got dates back then. That sucks.
Don't refer to them as short stacks, please.
Yeah, I mean...
Short stack is something different, sir.
Bob?
I don't need to be thinking about these guys' dumpies, alright? Short stack implies you are short, but you have large assets.
Bob. But I know, that was the joke.
Hey, easy there. You got a sailor in the chat.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. You gotta watch out what I say.
Easy, you got a sailor in the chat. Don't get me too excited now.
In the Navy. Okay. Anyway, I'm making a joke.
You get your prostate exam for free.
So to continue on, DJ. What were you saying?
I was just those doors like the dwarves. I can
quiet
get myself up.
I can hear him.
Yeah, but he's not coming in on the OBS. You gotta speak up a little bit, my friend.
I gotta just
Yeah, just a little bit. You're doing a little.
It's only 5% off. It's not that low. I mean, I'm trying to whisper.
There you go.
Blow your eardrums out, guys. You know.
No, you're good. You're good now.
I
We got.
care
We
about your eardrums.
No, like, yesterday when you're blowing out your drums, it wasn't you, it was the wind.
Yeah, the wind didn't care about your eardrums. The wind doesn't care about your reality. But no, I mean, like, so isn't that what fantasy is? I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, I remember the Spock video where Leonard Nimoy is with these cute hippie girls and they're singing about Frodo, and I think he probably had a sense of
Bilbo.
apparently that was in the, Bilbo, what's in Bilbo Baggins? Who's the biggest hobbit in the whole wide world? Bilbo, do.
Is it sad? Is it sad that we both know that? Like, I don't know. Like, we know way too much about sci-fi. I think sometimes.
That video is a meme in of itself.
It is. It is a great meme. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite Star Trek meme, but it's up there.
I mean, it's not really Star Trek, it's just Nimoy's side action there. You know, I mean, the man kept working. He was a smart actor in that he took every job he could take. And, you know, like, anyway, I think I saw a documentary for the Love of Spock. He was in the sex party.
Yeah, he was between. Shatner was never really. I don't know. Shatner's kind of 50-50 to life when it comes to certain things, but. Leonard Nimoy was this is why I take when people were talking about the Shatner thing, people were like, I was like, no, Shatner doesn't get it. And it's like people are like, oh, maybe he does. It's like, no, he doesn't. Leonard Nimoy, on the other hand, that fucker took that shit 10 miles deep. R.I.P. One of the probably the greatest sci-fi fucking advocates in the world.
I think another issue I'm having with fantasy being too generic, they're trying to, I guess you say, reforge the wheel.
They are.
They're trying to remake the wheel so much so that even the weapons and armor look all fucked up. The reason I really like a lot of the second edition art, even though some of the helmets are fantastical, some of the illustrations, especially in the Green Book, like Green Tower and all that, some of them look like they came out of a historical manuscript, and to me, that armor looks really fucking cool. I don't know about you, but realistic armor looks really cool, especially when you think about the fact that it's enchanted for protection. That's a really cool concept.
If it was the Green Books, then most likely it was. The Green Books.
My point still stands.
Yeah.
My point still stands. It's like, because they try to make the armor so out there, it ends up looking like it lacks protection. Because I was having those moments when I was playing other fantasy video games where I'm like, you have all this material on top of the helmet, yet you're never fucking exposed because you're not wearing a coin. Dumbass. You should have taken all this excess material, you know, because the horns on this helmet are made of metal, smelt those down, and give yourself some proper fucking protection. Get a goddamn Aventail in the back of that helmet. Fine.
Well, usually the reason why they won't have heroes wearing helmets, like, is because you got to see their face, which is my biggest fight. This is the reason I was pissed off about The Mandalorian. There's a lot of things that made me mad about The Mandalorian. I think The Mandalorian was a great idea. Fuck, Orc, if you ever get to play the Switch 2 Star Fox game, does that count as a Throwback Thursday remake of the story? Yes, it does. Okay, we were going to get to that, actually. I wanted to talk to DJ about that in general, because I don't know how much DJ was a Star Fox fan, but, so you're a sci-fi, you'd be into that. Okay, so sci-fi for us, that was the idea.
Yeah, you can fly Starfighter. How many do you get to do that?
Landmaster!
Yeah. So, anyway, they're remastering the Star Fox.
I have a remaster of that game. I downloaded it. It's the PC version. And you gotta use the like patch and like it plays it ultra widescreen. But they're gonna do an official one. That's nice.
No. It's
interject. I think that thing you're talking about with the fantasy hero having to show their face, I think that's a Hollywood thing.
That's
Like,
Hollywood.
it didn't start completely from Hollywood, because some animes did it in the early days. You know, like the hero would just wear like a headband with a metal plate on his forehead. But
That is
especially with 300, because we all know what a Corinthian helmet's supposed to look like. And then we saw a 300 helmet, and the reason they did that was to show the actors' faces. And I'm like, that is so fucking lame. Because that was the
actually
director's
one of-
commentary.
Yeah, that was actually somewhat the also the creator of that was kind of, you know, Frank Herbert was kind of all over the place with 300. I'm not gonna lie, but that to me, Frank, you know what? I can't diss the guy who created SimCity as much as I fucking think.
I know, but I'm not talking about the director. I'm just saying.
Creator.
Right, I'm trying to fucking cat Herbert. Stay in his head.
No.
Trying to keep dicks.
Well, then stop interrupting me. you get me back in my pen then.
You're going on tangents about stuff that's unrelated.
Okay, so
I'm doing to you what you do to me.
okay, so the thing about the fantasy setting in general is there were creators who just really wanted, like, back in the 80s, there were 80s, 60s, 70s, you had a style that was seen for a long time, and it had a really good style, and it still looks really beautiful today, but the problem is as anime and other things became popular, this is how that came. Like, we kind of substituted the fucking barbarian for the fucking twink. And that 40-something-year-old ass goes and does the adventure. That is like mad class to one of the greatest fat men in all of video game fantasy. Anyway, back to the stuff.
Your video is buffering.
Is it buffering? Oh yeah, I've seen it. Whew. Did I lose it? Are we good? No, we're good. We're good. We're good. I'm watching it. Okay, we're good. We're good. I don't know why it's like that. I'm assuming it's a VAS again, which I'm going to soon delete because it fucking go to another virus software.
Is the VAS supposed to be antivirus?
Yes, and it keeps asking me, do you want this? Do you want that? No,
No.
fuck off.
No,
Stop
he said
opening
virus
random
software.
pages.
That's the problem. He's got virus software, not antivirus. That's clearly the problem. But also, yes, Avast was fucking annoying. I used to like promote Avast, and then it would be a pop-up where like it's not, you know, like sitting in the corner of the screen and be like, "Oh, would you like to try out super lame edition high end?" And it's like, dude, I just bought you got you for free.
Yeah.
I will never understand the point of virus software. It's because they are malware of their own.
Well, back in the old days, that malware was less harmful than the real malware.
Yeah.
I know you were born in 1999, so you might not remember, but there was a time where you put in a floppy disk. I'm just fucking with you, but no, jokes aside, yeah, like the
I
MDR
know what a
virus.
floppy disk is. I'm not sensitive.
Yeah, we'd be surprised if you did. Anyway, back to what you're saying.
But I did. Wait, I do. I've held them before. I've used them. We had a fucking Windows 95. It's a fucking family computer.
Sure you did, Bob. Sure you did, Bob. Listen to this kid here trying to act like the adults. Anyway. I'm sorry, I'm fucking with you, Bob. You okay, Bob?
I have no words. I have no words. I'm stunned. For a moment, like my jaw was moving, like I was trying to say something, but I was like, nothing could get out.
Okay. You know what? That was a little too mean. That was that. Canadian. I apologize.
I'm being little man. No.
I'm not so mean, but yeah, that was that. Even I admit that was a little mean. That was a little mean.
We need more banter like this. All right, bring back banter in this fucking world. Damn it.
Well, we're too scared to, but that could be a different topic. There's a topic for us I do not want to talk about in the near future. But yeah, no.
But it's like banter is always something I've enjoyed. I've missed it. Back whenever we used to play the old school video games, well, old school. on Dreamcast and shit. Or doing LAN parties with Diablo. There was so much banter. Like, we would shit-talk each other. I was, like, just under teenage years of age. And I was shit-talking because, I got my ass whooped by the guy who knew Mortal Kombat inside and out. And we were just shit-talking.
Yeah. But I do apologize. That was a little... Even I admit
No
that
need.
was...
No need, damn it. Stop it.
Anyway, so back to the fun of what we were talking about there. It was like we started seeing like virus software was useful back in the day, but we started seeing stuff that in fantasy it started becoming something when video games started meshing with fantasy. Now, some of the greatest I am playing one of the greatest fantasy franchises of all time. Right here, Legend of Zelda. This is still considered, if not the greatest fantasy franchise of all time. Like Dragon Warrior's up there. It is. Like, let's be honest. This DJ.
Here I am thinking you're playing Earthbound.
Yeah, okay. You agree with me, right, DJ, on that one? Like, what other fantasy topic can you think of that's as good as this?
This topic right now?
Yeah, like out of the most influential fantasy video game of all time, which one would meet that list?
Probably Final Fantasy.
I would say Zelda.
It's in the name.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Zelda is huge. I mean, I didn't know what Final Fantasy was. I feel like I know Final Fantasy existed in the Famicom era, but I only knew Zelda back in the day, and I didn't hear Final Fantasy until Final Fantasy VII. Like, that's when it got on my radar, because it had that cinematic commercial spot.
Yeah.
The way I look at Final Fantasy is the same way I look at anything that comes out of Warframe. It's all aesthetic. The lore doesn't matter.
No, Final Fantasy has some interesting lore. You know what, DJ? If you're up to it, I will do a sync play of Final Fantasy on Space Geeks. Like, we'll both play Final Fantasy at the same time. We'll have to figure out how to sync it, but I'll do a sync play.
Does that mean after literally you doing the game?
No, what that means is that you'll be playing Final Fantasy, and I'll be playing Final Fantasy at the same time. It's an expert and a beginner level of the classic first Final Fantasy game. We'll play it on the Game Boy Advance, because that's the best version of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's called beginner. Yeah, it's something that you get to see two style of gameplay played at the same time. It's a little bit of a fight to create. Like, all I have to do is I have to mesh some of my. You have to do a couple screen grabs, but you can do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like something I would be doing
influential fantasy. Yeah. You say for dark fantasy, Diablo.
Yeah, that would be the one. You know what? That would be the one. That I would say that was the most well known. No, you know what? I can't say Diablo with the Elves and Orcs.
Elves and Orcs? Okay. Because my other guess was going to be like another influential one was Heroes of Might and Magic.
No, that's never been considered dark though.
No, I'm not saying dark fantasy. I'm saying generic fantasy for this one. Like just fantasy in general. But for dark fantasy, yes, Diablo. Absolutely,
like if we're talking about the most well-known influential fantasies, if we're moving on from the topic of the fantasy stuff to the most influential fantasy,
it's going to come back full circle because it's like look at what was influential at the time and then compare it to now, and look how generic the shit now looks.
Look at the most like I said, out of the list. No, like let me get to the most modern, like the most well-known fantasies of all time. Like if we're gonna do a top 10, we'll do a top 10 right now. Set it up. We got Legend of Zelda would be number one. That is the greatest fantasy setting of all time. That's everyone knows that from video games. Then you're looking at Ultima. Ultima would be probably number two, or Ultima or Final Fantasy would be number two because Ultima to this day. Ultima is still known as one of the greatest fantasy settings of all time, even though, like, it was probably the fucking granddaddy and creator of Final Fantasy of the video game fantasy setting. Like, nothing else existed before Ultima when it came to fantasy. Like, fuck, one of the first The first, like, there were fantasy games like Rogue and a couple other ones, but they were nowhere near as influential as the first Ultima game. Like, fuck, I think that's like one of the, that's considered one of the first modern day PC games, if I remember correctly, is the first Ultima. You'd have to quote me on that one, DJ. You'd have to,
Yeah.
you know, put me on that one.
I never played Ultima.
I know you never played Ultima, but you know of Ultima. Like, there's no way you don't know, like, as a game,
I
as a
read the
computer.
sci-fi book.
Yeah.
I never heard of Ultima unless someone a sci-fi book by the guy who made a book about the
Really?
in space.
You've never actually heard. I'm actually surprised by that. That's actually become. Well, maybe that's more of a modern day thing that's going on in fantasy. That we're starting to see.
I feel like it's something that either Arvis or L has played.
No, I don't think either of them have. I don't think. I'm pretty certain L hasn't. Aris, have you played Ultima?
Yes, I did.
I don't know if he has. I actually, he might have played the Ultima game for. Hold on a sec. My controller. Yeah, I'm seeing lag again on my end. I don't know what's going on my computer. Like, it was doing fine today, and now it's like having a hissy fit.
The fantasy is too good.
No, you know what I think it is? I'm pretty certain it's that Avast. That's going to be quickly. That's going to be. 1 second here. Just solid mode. Fuck off, Avast. There, I just turned it off. Okay, yeah, no, we're fine. We're fine. We're working now. Everything's fine.
Gone fiend.
Yep. Yep, I just turned it off. So hopefully that works. If it keeps it up, I'm gonna uninstall. I got another virus software on here too, but I got like 3 of them on here because I never tried. Never. We say some pretty controversial shit on here. I want to be protected. But yeah, so I don't know. That could be a modern day thing. But fantasy as a whole, like, we started seeing the fault, like, okay, when did I start seeing fantasy kind of being what it is now? Was around, for me anyway, was 2000s. That's when I started seeing it. And convincingly enough, one of my most hated games in video game history, Final Fantasy VII. That's when I started seeing that really bad. When I started seeing the fallen angels. Everyone had to have a fucking character named Sephiroth. Sephiroth. Boy, howdy, I hated that, because every motherfucker was called Sephiroth. I had 3 Sephiroths show up at a table one game day, and I just remember thinking to myself, nope.
You know, what was the phrase that somebody used? There were so many edgelords in this one party, all sitting in their own corner of the tavern, that the tavern eventually became a non-Euclidean shape.
I made a joke. Because each one of them was like, oh, they're sitting in the table. Like here's how it happened. This is actually a funny.
Wait a second. I realized it. What was people's first little thing with edgelords? It was I'm saying like Lord of the Rings. How did they first meet the Duodyne Ranger? He's sitting in the corner wearing a hood, looking menacing.
Yep, it's Sephiroth. But no,
but that too.
I'm gonna get to my Sephiroth story because it's a fucking.
I know, but I just wanted to mention the thing where in Lord of the Rings is like, oh, that was like some people's first rendition of the edgy, cool character that sits in the corner. Was that scene?
I would say, yeah, it would be probably Strider, and then if you really want to go with it, it was another really well-known one would be Elric.
Elric?
Yeah, Elric is the ultimate edgelord. Fight me on that. But the difference between Elric is like, yeah, I'm an ultimate edgelord, but I'm also a guy who's like, you know, one of the books literally starts with him just like shooting up fucking magic just to keep himself going. He's slowly wisping away. and he can't do anything about it. If he wants that power, he's got to fucking. It's like a living hell of I'm so old, my body's falling apart because of the evil that I've fought and took on. That he's just like this ancient hero, just is stuck with this endless pain and suffering, and it's just like that is so horrible. Because think about it, most edgelords don't do that, but I think we have a topic here. The edgelord might have been the reason that's killed fantasy. We'll get to this in a second. We're gonna go use some mushroom.
I'll think about that for a second.
Yeah. Okay.
Edgelord is the one that killed fantasy. I gotta think about it. Attitude, I could definitely see it. But I'm wondering if the stylization is also what caused things to flounder, because what is like the ultimate edgelord thing? Every clothing item of all sorts must be black. You know, you gotta dress yourself like a pseudo knockoff Batman in some cases. Every rogue is just a wannabe Batman.
So let's look at our edgelords. DJ, what's your description of the edgelord for fantasy?
For fantasy, I mean, edgelord in general, I barely can define, but for fantasy, I guess it'd be a hentai game that involves fantasy.
Okay.
That's not the edgelord, that's the horn lord. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Well,
They are mutually exclusive, but the individual that dabbles in them is not mutually exclusive.
No, he's
well,
not.
surely it must be. Yeah, that's true. You're right. Thanks, Bob. I appreciate that affirmation on that
Like
one. But,
our
maybe...
modern look of it of your fantasy guy, of your like edgelord is Harry.
I got one.
I'm Harry Dresden. Like that was.
You know, that I was gonna say something similar. Yeah. So for me, it was actually the
There we go.
like a Papa Meets one live action video, the moderator. It's like there's 3 subtypes of edgelords, but the last 2 kind of meld into one. The first one is like the plated guy, plated head to toe. I'm untouchable. I am the one who knocks, that sort of thing. The other one is similar, but he tends to be the rogue play style, where he's going to be dressed in studded leathers and all black. But the third one's very similar to Sephiroth and goes into that leather and lace shit. They both wield katanas of some sort.
Yeah.
But the third one wears a fedora.
Okay, so for me, if we're to do modern edgelords, like if I was to give you a description, actually, Arus, give us your modern edgelord. You don't bring up into the topic that often. We want you here. Come on, Ed. Come on, Arus.
Come on, Ian. Come on.
Come on.
I want to hear it.
We're asking you about give us your description of an edgelord in a fantasy setting.
Yeah, the modern fantasy edgelord. How do you picture him?
Yeah.
Someone who wants to be listened. Tell you to shut up and don't talk to me. Something like that.
That could be one of them, but I'm saying like a physical description. What are they wearing? What are they armed with?
Yeah.
Something between gothic and someone trying to be cool.
Yep. Usually wear black, right? Okay, so we'll so we're gonna go through mine, and then if you want to add anything else, Irish, you're always welcome to. We want to hear more Irish in the channel. Come on.
Yeah, come on in.
Come on in. We want more. We want more. Everybody. This is all us talking while I'm playing a fucking guy, and I am playing.
If you want me to shut up, tell me to shut up. It's okay.
Yeah. Yes, or do what I do. I just insult him to the point that he can't figure out what to say.
That makes me terrified now because, you know, normally the quiet guy in the room is always the best with insults. That makes me nervous.
It's always the quiet ones, isn't it, Raven?
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's your edgelord right there, Raven from fucking. Oh God. Yeah, Raven from fucking what's it called? Teen Titans. Yeah. She was definitely the edgelord of the edgiest lords.
No, she wasn't just an edgelord, she was a goth, so she gets credit, right?
No, that's the problem. She was going to slam poetry and shit. I'm like,
He will be more goth than an actual edgelord. She definitely wears black, but he doesn't tell you to go away unless he's annoyed. Edgelords tell you to go away even if they're not annoyed.
she did that all the time in the series. Like, yeah, I don't know. She's the edgelord. Anyway,
He was annoyed. That's the difference.
okay.
She was constantly being bothered. Edgelords, even if they don't feel bothered, tell you to go away.
See, we got Ars's blood boiling. We're going after his goth girl.
Our goth girl, I'll have you know.
Dude, I'll take Starfire any day of the week.
I'll take her sister, Darkfire. I don't care how toxic she is. I can fix her.
I'm just gonna say
She's real to me.
Just gonna say the 52 Starfire is goddamn. I'll take that any day of the week. Woo-hoo!
I'd say this man likes the soulless ones. He likes the gingers. Don't get me wrong, there ain't nothing wrong with nice orange hair and emerald green eye.
It's that the Slavic blood of me, man. I don't know.
Sure, it's not the Romanian?
The Slavic. Yeah, well, Slavic is any form of Romanian as well, dude.
You goddamn gypsy.
I'm part Slavic special ed. Yeah, I can probably get that
one. Got him good there. So okay, my version of the edgelord. Usually they like to their usual response is they wear all black or some sort of like black outfit. They're always carrying a weapon way too big for their character's design.
Or katana.
It's always this attitude where they're like, oh well, my character does this on the side, or he does that on the side.
I'm the most solemn and strong amongst
yeah. And then they'll do stuff where they'll like someone in the party will say or do something, and they'll be like, I look at him menacingly. Remember that, Bob? That's your edgelord right there.
You remember what my response is every time?
Yep.
There was one time I threw him off where it's like, yeah, pretty eyes.
My favorite response to someone that did that, he goes, well, I look at him menacingly, and then my friend's response is, well, my friend puts his finger up to his nose and goes, and spits his thing like a chicken, and sticks his tongue out at him. The guy just like doesn't know how to respond. It's like, and he goes, he's about to say he goes to draw his sword, and I'm like, one of my friends stopped. No, he doesn't. You don't draw your sword at the level 17 sword master. He will take your fucking arm off.
Bob ain't that level yet, but I think I do well enough for what I am, where it's like, the Vizier, that guy, where I honestly thought tensions were gonna get hot, but I was like, you know, if I'm gonna die with a laugh. And the Vizier's like, all you people look the same. And he's like, so what do you think? Do you think we look the same? And I'm like, would it hurt your feelings if I said yes? Because, yeah, it's kind of the same way.
Oh no, that's the thing about like truly evil people. They have a sense of humor. Like truly evil people, dude. Okay, you're in a situation where you did this to yourself. You have nothing else to blame but yourself for everything that's happening in the scenario of evil. And why did you do it? Well, I wanted to see what happens. When you have that type of mentality, and you don't give a shit, because in all intents and purposes, you know, you didn't do anything legally wrong. You're just gonna sit back and laugh because you realize, oh, we just solved our problem. We don't have to deal with this anymore. We don't have to go out and do this. Because I guarantee you, those two were fucking arguing for the last the last couple days you guys were there. Were most likely arguing who's going to go out there and deal with the problem, because one of those fuckers has to go deal with it, and the other fucker does not want to put himself in danger. So now, like,
meanwhile, the plated blue clown rolls in.
Yeah, the plated blue clown rolls in. They're like, oh, good, we don't have to deal with it now. That was literally their response. They didn't expect.
Baudelaire thinks Bob is funny. He has a sense of humor.
Bob thinks Baudelaire thinks you're funny looking. That's pretty much what it is. You know. They don't care. They don't give two fucks. That's what it even motherfucker does.
No, sorry, I'm laughing at the fact it's like funny looking because it's like, yeah, I'm fully concealed, so you can't really look at anything else but the blue armor.
Yeah. Like, you gotta understand to like again, look at Ilhan Mora or whatever it was. You know, apparently there's so much corruption in that situation. If there's any of the truth, to do all that and still walk around with like this attitude, you have to be able to just like you gotta have this level of arrogance and narcissism to pull that shit off. Like you guys are like that's just pure arrogance and pure arrogance. Like that is scary levels of arrogance, boys. That's
edgelord level of arrogance, some could say.
Yeah, it's you gotta be. And the fact is, you know, people like if any of us did this level of corruption, like that apparently this person got away with. If they haven't, then I'm all for that person being.
Did the Vizier receive emails? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm just saying level of corruption to do some of the stuff that some people do. Like look at history. Apparently Hitler had a great sense of humor. He also had a dog.
And he also was messed the fuck out.
Still a dog lover. Still a dog lover. Still had a great sense of humor, apparently. Apparently,
yeah,
I don't...
Yeah, he was a dog. He had a hate people separate.
Yeah, he did love
nice to the
dogs.
kids in the family, too, and stuff. Like, a lot of guys like that are actually nice to the family, the kids, you know, like...
How else
they
would you
have
get
warm
their seat
hearts.
of power? You gotta have charisma.
Well, yeah, look at Capone. Capone is like... People talk about how much of a monster Al Capone is, for example. Motherfucker had a sense of humor that was apparently he laughed at stuff, and this is a guy who murdered a lot of people. Like, not joking. Like, from what I like, and this guy had a level of like charisma, but he also had like this psychotic sense of humor. Like, so yeah, no. Apparently, he was quite a character. You gotta have that like. To be that stuff.
Oh, did I ever tell you my favorite Slavic joke?
Go ahead.
Because I knew we were about to get on the Stalin. Okay, so guy goes to a black marketeer. He asks what's for sale, and he's like, black marketeer says, all right, I'll give you a grenade for 20 rubles. This guy's like, holy shit, only 20 rubles? And the marketeer's like, yeah, it's 500 for one with a pin in it.
Yeah. That's about right. That's about it. That's about right. That's about right. And that's how
it's like, I fucking love that one because, God, that fucking twist.
If I ever, I have a friend of mine called the Russian. There was a funny thing where we found back in the day, we were talking to some people, and his grandfather had moved in with him for a while. Like, his grandfather moved in from the old country, and he moved in there. And well, they were going through one of the boxes. Okay, now he brought boxes from Poland. In one of the boxes was a grenade. And instead of a pin, it was a tie-off from a goddamn fucking, from one of those metal tie-offs that you find for bread.
That'll work, yeah.
A twist tie.
Yeah, a twist tie. And he said, and his response was, first of all, how he got that through custom, different day, different era. We don't know how, like, to this day, I'm like, how the fuck did Canada Customs let him get in with what was, in theory, a live hand grenade? We didn't know if it was live or not.
That was World War II, right?
Yeah, World War II hand grenade.
Oh yeah,
we talked about
everyone bought home rifles from World War II. Like it was just a thing. They even grandfathered in a bunch of them.
Yeah. I was about to make a joke. It's like, what are you talking about? Of course, it's the Great War. Come on, she's old.
Like Ethan, this is the 90s.
Yeah, this is after because what was it, in the 70s there was the embargo for the U.S. I don't know about Canada, but we had an embargo on Russian equipment. That's why Dragunovs are so fucking expensive nowadays. There's only a few in the U.S.
Yeah. Yeah, DJ, this was back in the 90s. This was like, his grandfather got really sick, so they had to sell the house and he moved in with them in Canada. So they moved down. And his grandfather brought a bunch of boxes with him. And in one of the boxes he brought like 10 boxes with him. With all his cherished stuff. In one of those boxes, they open it up and there's a fucking hand grenade.
So he flew it more recently. That's what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, that is like how that got through customs. To this day, we have no idea. He forgot he had it. He's like, oh yeah, I forgot I had that. This time.
I was about to say, I forgot I had it. Well, there's one way it'll remind you.
yeah, exactly. You're like, what is the fuck? It was funny,
but yeah,
because
a bread twist tie would work. Literally, like, it's large enough to stick a nail. You can stick a fucking nail in there. As long as it stops the spoon from flying off, you're fine.
Well, it was apparently a dud. The more we found out, it was most likely a dud. But we did eventually get
probably demilled.
Yeah, it wasn't there like as a fucking thing. But the fact that his grandfather brought that through customs is absolutely fucking absurd. Like they ended up calling the cops to get rid of it.
I mean, I'd say I'd be a keeper, but I'd be like, can I change the pin without, like getting the clock ticking? That would be the biggest thing.
Yes.
Then again, wait, do I want to keep that? I guess you do.
I can tell you what you do.
Yeah,
That little bit that's on the side, that's the spoon. You hold the spoon there, you take the twist tie out, and you replace the pin with a proper grenade pin, and you can let go of the spoon. Because that pin's holding it now. As long as you could pull a pin and you could hold that grenade forever, as long as that spoon doesn't fly off, the hammer does not strike the fuse.
But once it does.
Once it does, you have anywhere from 3 to 4 seconds if it's a standard frag grenade.
Well, you just took it to the
emphasis on 3 to 4 seconds. Not all fuses are made the same.
Yeah. He just took it to the police and said, hey, sorry for bugging you. Like we got a problem here. It's in my car. My grandfather's house. They sold our house and we found this in the basement. They never said that his grandfather threw it in from fucking Poland. Canadian Customs at its best.
Oh, dude, I love Little Texas. Poland is fucking awesome.
Like, he flew it in from fucking Poland in the 90s. Holy shit. I still, to this day, still don't know how that got through. I'm like, how did that get through? That is wild. That is like, and like, there was a bunch of other stuff. He had his service medals, a couple other things. We won't get into everything that he had, but it was like, the man had a fucking wild fucking set of stuff. He had pieces of a firearm. He didn't have the actual gun, but he had pieces of the firearm. He sold all his other guns. He had pieces of an old rifle that were like here and there.
Shit. The more you talk about it, the more I'm just like salivating over here.
He had some old Polish comics that I've never seen before. It was actually one of the largest Polish comic collection I've ever seen. And he got it all as time went on. It was actually, did something just happen?
No, that was a link that was just sent. It wasn't from me. I'll look at it.
It's not me. It looks like the One Nation is actually, we might, it looks like we're having an indie candidate. We might have an indie candidate in the next American elections.
Oh no, that was from our Red Zone Techie. Shout out Nightville.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's one of 3 resident techies we have. So yeah, so back to the edgelord stuff. Just the Poland thing's a funny story. So, like I still can't believe he got those.
Another great thing that edgelords do, because I did this when I was a snot-nosed fucking gremlin who didn't know anything.
Yeah.
Surprise rolls. That was a big one. Where it's like, oh, my character would know what's around the corner. He's not that stupid.
Yep.
You know, I've done that before.
Yeah.
I will admit that. Not many people will. I've done that.
See,
But that's also because I didn't know how quiet you could be in an ambush until I started doing ambushes in other games. And I'm like, oh my god, this is fucking easy.
Yep.
Nobody pays attention. 90% of the people I fight are dead.
Yep. But no, my pet peeve with this is like when it came to like edgelords, some of the silly shit edgelords like do. Most of them will fight. Like I'm a mage, I pull up my giant 5-foot-long katana. It's like, okay, what do you? I take a swing at a -4 modifier because you don't have the physical strength to use the fucking katana, and it's like, oh, okay. Then he falls over. It's one of those situations. But edgelords, I think, because that's when you started seeing guys like Kira Yamato and I started seeing Ichigo from Bleach appear.
I was about to mention him. How many copies of Cloud?
0. Always Sephiroth.
Really?
I never saw a Cloud in any of the fucking tabletop games I ran.
Okay.
Not supposed to be with the clones, technically, supposedly.
There has never been a...
Although he looks nothing like Sephiroth, though.
Oh, always Sephiroth. I never saw Cloud. I'm not joking when I say that. There was so many...
Dude. The part that annoys me the shit is, my buddy and I were trying to look for the origin points of a certain sword in a game, but because it had that clip point, the chisel point, they're like, oh, it's very reminiscent of Cloud's Buster Sword. And it's like, no, it just has a chisel point. It's not a Buster Sword.
Yep.
We had that moment where nowadays everything related to Cloud's Buster Sword. I'm like, fuck off!
Well, Cloud's Cloud's Buster Sword is based off of fucking Guts
Dragon Slayer.
So it's based off the Demon Slayer, from what I've heard. I hate to say it, if we want to count, like, Berserk is also kind of a bad thing for, you know, that weird anime sport shit going on.
Oh yeah, all the edgelords that want to see Guts.
Yep.
I've ran into them.
It wasn't the edgelords wanting to be Guts that was the problem. It was all the edgelords wanting they were legitimately fucking like not no word of a lie. Every motherfucker wanted that power, like to use a giant sword. Like here, like I said, what is your mage using? And it was Sephiroth. I still think Sephiroth was kind of the beginner of that. Like that was the trigger point for that. Like because Guts did not become popular until a long time after. Like I'm not saying Guts wasn't popular, but I never saw him in a large sense right until Sephiroth appeared. Like, let's be honest, I'm gonna say it, and edgelords were created because of Sephiroth, and LCX is gonna be mad at that. He helped create the edgelord, and that's what's rooting anime. So let's say it together, boys and girls. My theory is now, because of our conversations, Sephiroth is the reason is killing fantasy. Final Fantasy VII.
Way before I ever met Sephiroth.
Yep. Yeah. No. The Final Fantasy VII is the main reason that we have edgelords, and edgelords are help killing fantasy. So Final Fantasy VII is so awful. It's one of the worst series of all time, and it has effectively killed fantasy.
Only saving grace is my edgelord character. Oh, go ahead.
What was that, Aris? I'm sorry.
Yes, someone didn't meet Alucard, even though he's not technically an edgelord. People confuse him with an edgelord.
Oh, dude.
Alucard, yeah.
Alucard a lot of too. That was another one I saw a lot of. But Alucard, I don't count Alucard as an edgelord. I count Alucard as a stupid character. Like they all would have that cockiness. But that cockiness is also part of the Lord fucking vibe, man. That level of like, I am the cockiest of cocks. It's like, buddy, you're a nothing, man. Stop pretending like you are something. You are nothing.
Alucard at least has the thousands of years behind him since humans immemorial.
Well, he's
That's his
also
only saving grace.
like I don't count Alucard for one reason. It's not because I'm a fanboy of Alucard, which I kind of am. Like my favorite moments is like in Hellsing when he does the whole I'm the bird of Hermes. That is one of the coolest moments in anime fucking history. That's not, no word of a lie. Ow, I died. I didn't die.
Bird of Hermes.
I am the bird of Hermes. Chopping off my wings to make me pain, that shit. When that was done, that is one of the greatest scenes in anime history. Is that like I am the bird of Hermes? That is probably one of the more funner moments is when he shouts that out because it's like, damn. Fuck! I hate this area.
Yeah, my only saving grace whenever I had an edgelord character, I didn't do katanas. It was halberds and played it head to toe.
Yeah. Well, that is an edgelord thing too. It's like, but that also could be now because of Goblin Slayer, because Goblin Slayer was that ultimate edgelord when it first came out. But again, Goblin Slayer the anime is the ultimate. Like that anime is an edgelord. Like in many ways, I have said it time and time again, that series is basically what happens when your whole party wants to be edgy.
Yeah.
Give me a dark campaign. Like, I do like the idea that the goblins were that dangerous. That actually was a fun thing, but I'm like, yeah, I know way too many players that would think that's, like, if you did that to their characters, man, they would never show up at your fucking table again. Like, it's making the goblin dangerous. Yes, you can, but that's the thing. It was like one of the the defanging of monsters would be the next reason fantasy is kind of becoming like weird. Yeah. It is the fact that goblins.
I remember when the GIF were monsters.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when they turn orcs into Mexicans, for fuck's sake, the black people, and whatever.
That's where I legit asked is like, all right, what minorities next? Come on, Wizards of the Coast. Who you targeting next?
Yeah, because it drives me nuts. It drives me nuts as a fan of orcs, because I believe, again, fuck my name
is a fucking Hispanic.
Yeah, and I'm not, I come from it from the Celtic aspect of it. I come from it from the creature that lumbers into a fucking village and, oh, you didn't fucking do this? Okay, I'm gonna fucking burn your entire village down. Unless you give me your wife or your daughter or something like that, that type of nastiness where oh, okay, you want this? Okay, I'll make you the best bow you've ever had, but you better give me what I want when I want it. If you don't give me what I want, I'm gonna burn your fucking house down and eat your family.
I always took orcs as like that alliteration from like Anglo-Saxon. Yeah. The Vikings would come down.
I always kind of look at orcs the same way I look at goblins and fairies and shit. They all are the same thing. They're fake. They're mafia.
Chief.
Yeah.
Put the technical book down. I'm looking at the aspect of what inspired people to create said creatures, because everything has an origin point. What were the struggles at the time? Well, the Saxons would come down from the north and make demands. But they were much taller than us and scarier than us. Yeah. So what fantasy creature would come from there? Orcs.
And that's what happened. Exactly right. Like these creatures, like the big green stuff. And again, they have their ties to giants. Orcs and goblins have their ties to giants and the ancient stuff that is.
Which also could happen to Norse mythology. Humans were sons of giants at one time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the kobold, not the kobold, the furbolg.
Oh yeah, the furbolgs, the giant Scottish men. Not that fucking 5e blue skin nonsense. I don't know what the fuck they're going on with that.
That's not.
They're
That's
pink-skinned, orange-haired giant Scotsmen. That's what a Furbolg is.
That with big noses.
Yeah. I like the old school Furbolgs much better. They have more character.
They do. They're basically.
I always think of Scotsman from Samurai Jack. Like, just the way he talks and the way he insults somebody is how I'd imagine Banter would go with Furbolgs.
Yep.
You look like my nanny!
In a lot of ways, that's what they were. You know, that's what they were. They're not that now, but yeah, they had that anger, they ancient vibe. They had a feeling towards them that was very, very, you know, that type of style.
You're upset to take help from a stranger. You're the only stranger I know.
I'm coming! Muffin, don't kill him, he's a friend of mine!
That is a Furbolg in a nutshell. I agree. But no, it was insulting back in the day. I'm kind of sad that those characters, I don't think they show up in the final season of Samurai Jack. I was kind of sad about that. He's like one of my favorite characters with the Scots, with the McLaren clan or whatever they're called, yeah.
Yeah, and his legion of daughters.
Yeah.
I love that scene. Oh, go ahead, Ars, go ahead.
What, my mouths are not good enough for you?
Yeah, I was about to mention that. Is like, I love that scene of like, exactly what he said, and it's like, no, I've someone. Really? And he like points to the fucking 2-story tall demon creature. It's like, hi, laddie, I think she's not your type.
I'm just sad. I'm sad.
I
like
love
said,
that scene so much.
Yeah.
Tight.
But anyway, back to this. It was a lot of this, like, it was like, then we started seeing that. You started seeing that in anime. But then, like I said, Goblin Slayer took goblins in a way that literally now, like, holy shit, is Goblin Slayer gone a different route now? Like goblins are now they're a hentai monster, which I don't know if that's any better, because that's technically, you know, they're kind of stealing the perversion of gnomes, you know.
I won't get into that, but I'll talk about other creatures that they, what is it? I guess they fluffified?
Yeah, they flip
Prime example. You remember when tieflings were these mutants that you don't know what banged what, and they just came out the other end?
Yeah.
But now they're all devil people.
Yeah, now they're all devil people. Now they're all like, and the thing is, it's all leading up to the Warwick class, what the fuck you want to call it. I don't want to call it warlocks, because I've never liked witches and warlocks as a class in general in D&D. I've always considered them a side thing. They shouldn't be a playable character class. They should always be something that like an NPC is. Never what the play, like, never that, you know. And it's just like, it pisses me off in general because of just the attitude with it. It just fucking makes me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go off like that, but
like legit, the only thing I like about the Warlock is the fact that, hey, congratulations. You're trying to get away from your 9-to-5 job by playing a fantasy game. What do? You choose a class that's literally a fucking 9-to-5.
It is a 9-to-5 job. Yeah, exactly. I hate that.
It's so ironic.
Yeah, you know my favorite thing for the you know what I think the best thing I've ever heard someone talk about being a warlock is when the warlock is a very famous moment in there is someone was talking about this. And I thought it was kind of a cool idea. Basically, to have a warlock where he's getting all these like demon-possessed guys are doing the job, but he's trying to avoid them at all costs, kind of like an isekai type, like a harem type thing. So all these like demons are like trying to get his relationship stuff, and they're all trying to get his attention. You notice me, senpai? I think that's a funny idea for a warlock. I actually was gonna make something like that for 5e. I was gonna make it the it's gonna be a warlock class, but I was gonna call it the harem protagonist.
Putting that in the blue book.
Yeah, no, it wasn't gonna be a blue book. It was actually gonna be a legit 5e character I had created that was basically a warlock but he gets all his spells off all these fantasy things that he associates with. And they're all like trying to get his attention and stuff, and they're like coming to his bedroom at night. And if he sleeps with one of them, the other ones are gonna kill him. So every level, you get another like spiritual essence that slowly appears and wants to fucking bone you. And if one of them gets their hands on you, you're dead. They will fucking kill you. If not, all of them will kill you. So like,
you get the one paladin in the party who just like whatever room you're in puts crucifixes all over the fucking place. Just to sanctify the fucking ground. It's like, all right, hopefully you can sleep peaceful tonight.
Yeah. There's like a demon like making him coffee and, oh, do you want to drink this? It's like, and he's got to watch out because the demons have all different ways of like, these creatures have all different ways of hooking up with you. Oh, sure, you'll get a lot of power, but everything's going to try to do this to you, do this stuff to you, and you're going to have to like, it's an eternal battle.
Perfect plot twist.
Yeah.
Perfect plot twist is this guy doesn't get along with the demons. He ends up going with like the cleric.
Yep. No, if he hooks up with any woman, they'll kill that woman. That woman will die. So he's eternally trapped with these things wanting shnu and wanting to get him. And they all have their little packs and they all have their things that they can do to him to try to get him. And it's all like an eternal fucking dude. It's like, it was the setting. I actually created it. I was actually working on it a couple of years ago, and I never did finish it. It was completely for 5e, and it was going to be a big joke about it, and I just never did it.
All right. So where was I on like the fluffing of creatures? Yeah, the tieflings used to be mutants.
Yep.
The orcs used to be orcs. We talked about that. Goblins used to be goblins.
Yep. Well, goblins have now a worse reputation than what they had before. Again, goblins are vicious little bastards. They've always been vicious little bastards. Like people seem to like look at them as if they're not. Oh no!
One game that does goblins really well is actually Dragon's Dogma.
Actually, do you know what the best goblin game? I think the best representation of goblins in video games has ever been Fable.
The reason I bring up Dragon's Dogma is the goblins are like foul wood spirits. So what they do is they'll capture people and do like blood sacrifices on the roots of fresh trees to twist up the tree and cause more goblins to grow from the roots.
No, Dragon's Fable, because there's a famous your starter quest in the tutorial mode of Fable 2. You go to an area, someone kidnaps his daughter, and you rush in to try to save the daughter. And the goblin turns. Remember that? That is probably the best representation of goblins I've.
What were they the ones that did the like that noise? Yeah. And it was just fucking bones.
Yeah. Oh no, it was worse. He did find his daughter. His daughter ate him. His daughter murders him if you leave it alone.
Yeah. I've had a run-in where the only thing that was left of her were like bones, because I think I got there too fast, so they weren't able to do the right.
Well, yeah. No, they legit like that is actually terrifying. Anybody else have the best what they think is the best representation of goblins in a video game?
Dragon Dogma is solid, but I don't think it's the best.
I still think you're wrong. I still think it's
like I said, it's not the best. I'm saying it's solid. But go ahead, DJ.
Go ahead, DJ.
Huh? I'm talking to myself typing what?
Best representation of goblins in a fantasy thing that you have seen, media-wise.
Yeah, media-wise.
Like movies or video games.
Okay, yeah, we'll do both. Sure. You got something there for us? What is the best interpretation of goblins that you've ever seen in video games?
What is a goblin? Because I think I know the general. I don't like what is even a goblin. Like you know what I mean? Like it's like I know Ghostbusters. I know the white ghost with the sheet who looks like a Klansman, but like what is a goblin actually?
Okay, to not get into the lore too crazy about French mythos, the little pointy-eared bastards that lie, cheat, and steal at every given opportunity and can do worse things if you leave them untended.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, like pretty much anything you do to open the gates of hell will allow them in. In particular, Star Trek Voyager Equinox, when they were harvesting the bodies of those aliens, they kind of remind me of goblins, except we were the ones stealing from them because, you know, they needed to get home 10% faster, and that seemed like the way to do it. But
We're talking like true name goblins.
We're
but
talking.
truth is, yeah, I got you, but I mean that's a science and fantasy can tie in sometimes, guys. You got I'm just fucking. But okay, so
Spelljammer, yeah, you're alright.
Yeah, you're right. I agree.
but jokes aside, I think about like Slimer.
Okay.
Ghostbusters?
Yeah, the Jim Belushi monster that eats hot dogs.
Okay. Let's see how he's
Get out of
goblin.
here. He's not exactly a goblin, but he's got a he's like a goblin shaped head. No, no, he is, but you know.
He's not a goblin, but he is goblin.
So that's his decision. Aris, what goblin do you have? We're not gonna like pick on a guy's decision he made. That's the choice he made. Go ahead, go ahead, Aris. What's your choice?
Who said they're small, like goblins?
Can you repeat that? I thought I heard Darth Maul as a goblin. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I think they're small, like goblins.
Okay. All right. Like I said, my favorite, my favorite goblins are from Fable. Like that, I think that's a true representation of goblins. My favorite goblins in like we're looking at goblins right now. Like what would be an interpretation of a goblin or a
The Koblins from Legend of Zelda?
Yeah, they're technically goblins / gnomes. Fuck, they do one of the most famous gnomish tales of all time, where the kid actually, where someone's doing the shoes. To get the shoes in this game, you have to do a certain thing, and that is actually that's so loosely based off that like idea of that like mental idea of that type of race, like how. They'll use like, you know, the person gave them once he gave them new clothes, they fucked off, eh? You never give them new clothes. You give them new clothes, you cause them problems for yourself.
Let's see, listen to my past. What name has really been goblin?
But yeah, it's
Like the best.
yeah. So that's the thing about goblins as a whole. Like other races, like goblins, it was goblins kind of turned, and anime made them dark again with the infamous Goblin Slayer.
And then they patted them out with something like reincarnated as slime.
Oh yeah, that's where they made him very childlike. Like I'm not a fan of that anime for a lot of reasons.
Goblins are very ugly creatures, I'll tell you what. They ain't always pretty.
Yeah, they ain't no... Well, actually, if you take the lore from goblins from Spelljammer, the lore is like they legitimately were at one time a very beautiful race, but they made a pact with the Dark God, and the Dark God...
Yeah.
When they
pulled a Dunmer.
Yeah, then when they pulled a traitor, when they betrayed the Dark God, that's when the Dark God's like, really assholes, okay, let's fucking go. And he turned them into fucking monsters. He turned them into monsters, and they've been forever monsters ever since. It's caused them a lot of problems in life because they're like, well, shit.
Oh, I know they're not technically goblins. They're something else, but the little the Fallen from Diablo 2.
I don't count them, but that's fine. I get where you're coming from there. But like I said, this is the problem. We started seeing like anime did work, or like back in the day, anime did stuff right. Like video games kind of started destroying it, but then when you add the modern day isms that have happened, DI has clearly caused more trouble than it's worth. Like Okay, so our number one offenders so far to everything is one of these three things. This is a consensus I want to put at the table because we're getting close to the end of this. The consensus is this because we're almost at 9 o'clock. Okay. By the way, great. By the way, even though this game is kind of like it's also very fun. Like I'm having a blast. I could play this all.
Should I put my 2 rules down?
Yeah.
It's like the 2 rules of either side.
Okay.
Don't go too fantastical to where you lose the plot, but don't be too solid to where you lose the fantasy. You're gonna need something in between if you want to make a fantasy setting. It never hurts to use real-world examples as inspiration for weapons and armor. That always works. And then you could fantasize them a little bit.
Yep.
But like I said, like don't lose the plot in your fantasy, but don't make it so grounded that you're not in fantasy. You just are basically doing a slice of life anime with fantasy creatures at that point.
Yeah. Okay. So my consensus is are 3 reasons that fantasy is failing, and we're having problems. Like fantasy's shifting in a drastic way. One, we're losing that hard edge style that old school fantasy was bringing to the table. Maybe that's World War II that did it, because a lot of lived experiences is what helped create that.
Yeah.
Next, we could say it was World War II that's kind of bringing that problem up. The next big thing I'm going to put on that docket is one is DEI. We have to put that as one of the main problems because that is fucking always one of the main problems. It kind of seems to prop up every fucking time.
I don't like being compared to an orc.
Yeah, that
generalization. I'm a half orc, but I don't like just being like, hey, look, you're an orc now, right? It's like, no, I've always been a half orc. What the fuck you on about?
No, you know what bugs me? It's like, could you imagine the drow situation? Like, I mean,
well,
other than
I can imagine it because they removed the fact that they're slavers, but the drow are not kind creatures whatsoever.
No, like they are about as evil and demonic as it comes. Like unless you count like before they were shifted. But people,
as long as Groomch doesn't will it, you can chill with orcs in your local area. The drow, not the faintest of fucks given. You're slaves now. Like, as long as Groomch doesn't say destroy that town next to you, you're fine.
Yeah, no, this shit with the drow, like what they're doing with the drow is like, Jesus fuck. Like, okay. Oh, dude, they're not even like, I wouldn't even say they're drow anymore at this point. I would say they're like
gray elves.
I wouldn't even call them gray elves. I would say they've become so problematic when stuff kind of exists now. Like I've never seen them this way before. It wasn't like this 20 years ago when it comes to this, but they're like it's technically defanged Drix of all things, because Drix is an interesting character when you realize what Drix is. But then when you fucking see what they're doing to him now, it's like you just defanged one of the
I've seen 5 board games. Me and Buddy we know Chief went to Barnes and Noble, and we saw multiple different little mini games where Drix's face was plastered in different animation styles, and we're both like, see, I'm not a fan of Drix because I don't know his story, but I know he's a respected character in the lore, and I see this shit, and it's like I feel mad for your guys' sake, and it's just like, what the fuck is this?
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna do something. I don't know if he still has his channel up, but I will see.
But look great on my thumbnail tonight is holding a lightsaber.
Okay.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. The reason we originally stopped in Barnes & Noble was to pick up some BattleTech division models.
I'm going to suggest a channel for everybody. This guy's channel is called... Hold on.
Keep that link.
This guy's channel is called Ember Official TV. This guy is really good, and he's been doing D&D. This guy took literally the Drick story in a nutshell, and I'm gonna put it in the general for people like Bob to look at. If you want to know Drick's story, this guy does the best summary I have seen so far.
People like Bob. What is that supposed to mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm learning about some elf that people like. I mean, like I said, man, my heart's with Grudge. I don't know.
This guy also did the best story. He did what life is like as a troll, and what life is like as a beholder. And he also did one as a dragon. So he's done a couple of these where he's kind of gone through the monsters and how.
I wonder if he's gonna do one as any of the giants, like a hill giant.
I don't know if his challenge.
It would be interesting to see the fire giant perspective, because I like the fire giants. I know they're brutal and tyrannical, but they have a method. They have a system.
Well, yeah, it all depends on how long his channel's going to be around. It's an unfortunate situation where it's.
They're gonna try and bring Hammer down because he's speaking truth to power.
No, it's just like his channel just out of nowhere. His videos will get really good ratings and then they get nothing. Then they get really good ratings and they get nothing. Then they get really good and they get nothing. It's like one of those situations where out of nowhere his channel's getting flogged. So I hope for the best, and we hope to see more of his work because he's really good at this. But like, if you watch that, it is a really good tale, and it's interesting actually, and it's something I wouldn't mind seeing Bob actually watch that and tell me how he feels about it, because it actually goes through the entire life of Prince Unduin, one of the most famous drafts of all time.
Yeah.
Again, I'm always CCC. You know, Bob don't like doing research, but I'm one of those guys where
I like doing research when I have passion for it. You're having me look into the story. And it's just like,
trust me, it's a good story. Trust me, it's a really good story. Like, this is really
okay. That's what I need. I need you to officialize it, because you throw me stuff all the time.
Yeah, but I usually.
But this has your blessing. Okay, I'll work with that.
Yeah, I'm not. I give my blessing to stuff most of the time. It's usually stuff. There's only been like one thing you've ever complained about. So I'm not. There's only one thing, and that was something you legitimately asked, so you can't really blame me.
Oh, what's the alchemy stuff?
Well, no, the alchemy stuff. The alchemy stuff. I'm not gonna eat. I'm not gonna take the blame for that one. That one was your. That was your.
That's what I was asking. Was that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't take blame for the alchemy stuff when you ask me to literally give you a professor on witchcraft, and I present you an actual professor of witchcraft.
and then I end up being Rune Soldier Louis, falling asleep in class.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I don't take the blame for. But do I take the same with Shadowrun? I don't take the blame for Shadowrun. You literally asked for a setting where you could where you could have a fantasy sci-fi setting. I give you a fantasy sci-fi setting, and I don't like that fantasy sci-fi setting. It's like, yeah, I don't.
It's only the gameplay. It's only the gameplay. I'm sure I would like it if.
Yeah, it's actually cool because the ghoul gets a lot of special abilities. He gets to give you traits and tricks and shit, and it's actually kind of cool.
Downside, it's turn-based. Fuck!
It's active turn-based. It's more active than most. And trust me, Bob, you're gonna feel like you don't have like when you get to some of those stages, you're gonna feel like you don't have any actions to do anything. You want to do stuff. Okay, so that's in a nutshell. So our consensus is the fantasy stuff that's been causing the problems. DI, Western people, Final Fantasy VII, and so what's the last thing? So is that it? Is it DI, Final Fantasy VII, and the Western mentality?
I'd say yeah. You could also lump DEI with Western mentality.
No, because it's a separate entity. Oh, its own viableness.
One comes from the other.
That's hit and miss.
pretty solid guarantee because it requires a certain mentality to
say
create a
global.
philosophy. What is DEI? DEI is a philosophy.
Yeah, but
A
it's a
philosophy
global.
that was developed in the Western world.
I would say it's a global philosophy. That's my thought process.
It moved to global, but it started in the West.
Well, I still think it started with certain key groups, but I'm not going to get into that knowledge. I'm not going to say anything else.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know.
So
I'm
the,
playing the same game as you are. Being vague
the-
enough.
yeah. So when I say Western society, I'm actually saying like, well, legitimately, like, because remember, Western society started shifting into a pseudo anime society. That is not DEI. So that's kind of where we stand on that one. That became something else. Because that you start seeing that anime creation, like as much as anime affected like as much as anime was kind of affected by Americanization, vice versa happened in the other thing. Like we're seeing stuff that's very Americanized in a lot of ways. Now that's not saying anime didn't fundamentally put that, but that Western merger that you started seeing, like this is why we started seeing stuff like fucking Beyblades. Like fucking Bakugan and Beyblade. Both of those things should not have should have never hit the American market. That's absolutely absurd. Two, the fact that not only did they hit the American market, they were huge in the American market. So you can't blame that. So this is why I'm saying it's a separate entity. Do you understand where I'm coming from now?
I do.
Okay.
But all right.
Yeah, like in all intents and purpose, you could technically say what I said about anime, what I said about about like Final Fantasy. Well, that's a part of it. Like that's a part of Japanese. That's very Japanese.
And you can also see why then. A
Yes, I
philosophy
could.
develops in a certain area and spreads.
So who else do we want to blame for the for fantasy becoming the way it is? Because the video games would also be a big process. We can.
Profit.
Yeah,
Company profit. Mainly
Yeah,
because with the crap heads, what's going on over there is they're trying to cast as wide of a net as possible to get everybody in. And what does that do? That makes fantasy lose its characteristics that it originally had that made it good.
Yeah, modern day American fantasy. That's technically a European fantasy, just turned on its head a little bit more savage. You got the savage fantasy that came from that. You still see it in stuff like there's
Robert
video
E.
games.
Howard's Conan.
Yeah, well, there's Conan, but you also see it in some modern stuff. A good modern day saying is that I believe it's from the creator of fucking Samurai Jack. He created something called Primal, for fuck's sakes.
Yes.
Which is apparently phenomenal from what I've been told.
Yeah.
So DJ, do you want to add anything to our defantasizing of fantasy that's happening?
Only that, if you can imagine it, it's probably a fantasy. But no, I can't, again, I just like, unfortunately, Lord of the Rings, I enjoyed it, and that's my main exposure to fantasy. The closest other thing to fantasy I've done or read was Larry Niven's, the Integral Trees, where basically this ship, ran by the state, has like this AI on board named Kendi, or he's like a copy of a guy named Charles Davis Kendi, and the idea of like how these people were living there for hundreds of years, and this ship is trying to call out, hey, where you guys at? Come back, even though these are the descendants of the mutineers of that ship. And the physics of it in particular, the idea that you have a gas giant orbiting a star and another neutron star in the middle of that, and it's pulling gas from the gas giant in such a way that you have a torus, a donut-shaped atmosphere around a star that has no gravity, and the way the tree is spinning in there, it looks a bit like a forward slash or a back slash, and depending on the part of the tree you're on, you get some gravity, and that's fantasy in a different way, I know, but that's, I just wanted to share that with you guys. That's got a very, like, when you open up that book, it's got a diagram of the tree, and it's got very solid world building coupled with a story.
Is it like a pseudo world tree? that what's
It, it,
going on?
I actually know what he's talking about. It's actually a pretty good thing. Okay, so what?
The other one, Isekai.
Oh, Isekai. Okay, you want to add? Yeah, Isekai. Yeah.
Because how many generic fantasy stories have you heard about hero needs to slay demon king? How many?
Oh, it's fucking everywhere now. At this point. It's like I watched one not too long ago called The Cautious. We actually did a review of The Cautious. It's actually not a bad anime, but it is pure isekai.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I'm tired of seeing the same damn plot line of hero, you must slay the demon king. I'm like, fuck off. Next.
Well, that's actually one of the more fun ones because I like the idea of okay, I'm going to spend the next 2 days training.
Yeah, for that one, but what about the others? It's like, why's everything gotta be a demon king? The only time I enjoyed slaying a demon king was actually Labyrinth of the Demon King. But that's because that game is horrifying and gross.
Truck Coop has been busy.
Actually, there's only been like, what, one, maybe 2 individuals I've known to kill Truck-kun. And of course, one of them's a fucking Baki character, go figure.
Yep, good old Baki.
It's, with a Pickle, the caveman, killed Truck-kun. It ate him.
Fucking god, I haven't watched Baki in a while. Baki's actually quite fun. It's so stupid at this point. It's just like, okay, this is just dumb.
You know, the same way I look at Truck-kun, because I've seen some cutesy art of them, reminds me of those take your meds jokes that we used to see on, like, early 2000s internet.
Yeah.
Like, an anime girl putting her hand forward through... Or an anime girl taking by the hand and pointing at the medical ward.
The whole take your meds thing has become a thing too. Like that's also become a problem. But we can't really talk about that.
It's a dick thing to do sometimes. Like I remember he said, "Oh, this old fart," and like he would say that to people on Facebook, like, or in particular me. And it's like, one, I'm not on meds. 2, going around and saying take your meds is like, it's a way to stigmatize someone because it's like, you know, you're telling someone to take their meds, like, I don't take any meds. But, like, then again, maybe that's why he's making a joke, because he knows I don't take any meds. But it's like, still, it's like people might get the wrong idea about you, think you're in the loony bin, which I'm not judging anyone who actually legit takes meds. But, you know, I'm just, yeah. But I just thought it is a thing that, like, I luckily didn't know many people who it caught on with, because they were luckily reasonable people.
Well, the whole take
I'll warn you are cognitive hazards.
Yeah. Meds has always been a thing in society, though. That's, you know.
Yeah, the loony bin will make you go crazy before any schizo meds that you are offered in said loony bin. The reason I call them cuddle prisons.
Yeah. No, the thing about take your meds thing, it's like, it's a way to, like, we can get into that. It's the whole psychological thing of, you know, it's the same thing with the whole racism they were doing for years. Oh, you're racist, so therefore your opinion doesn't matter. Oh, you're this because your opinion doesn't matter. Oh, you're this because your opinion doesn't matter. That's all it is. It's that way to de-initialize or I can't remember what the actual term would be, but it's like that. Yeah. So it's that way to make somebody like, oh, you are this? Okay, well, how I know you have no value as a human being. And it's like that type of mentality.
It's a way to put somebody in a box. It's like, alright, this is the value of your box. Enjoy your slot.
Yeah, enjoy your slot. That's basically, yeah, he's right. Basically, in a nutshell.
It's like getting a ticket at the fucking DMV. Calling up number 163 to till 5. I'm like, ugh. And you're like
that's
100 numbers down.
That's why it's becoming weak. It's weak, a weak sauce now. It's all becoming energy. It has no value. I've even said that to some people because it's the old weak sauce. I started saying that to people again. I can't believe I have, but that's something I've actually done as a counter insult. Oh, weak sauce. It's because now it's always, oh, you're this, oh, you're that, oh, you're this. Well, when you keep using isms like that, they have no fucking value and they have no power against people in general. And then those people no longer fear it, and then the more those people don't fear it, the more it becomes something else. They're gonna
dude, I've thrown somebody off by calling it stinky. They were expecting me to like throw a slur, and I was like, "Nah, man, stop being stinky."
Yeah, you're thinking.
And they're like, "What? What? Yeah, you're being stinky. Stop it."
Yeah, that actually works better than the other than actually being a blatant insult. It's actually going back to the more older insults. Okay, you smell bad. Okay, your breath stinks or something like that. Like even using harsh language, all of that's an excuse to activate someone's trap card. I've had that happen to me where someone triggered me. I was talking to him and he decided to be a complete prick out of nowhere. And I decided to like retort, and I started calling him all fuck this, you fucking asshole, blah, blah. If I started doing that, he deactivated me, like he removed me from the Discord I was a part of, and it's like, oh, that's why. Oh shit, I fell for the trap card.
Yeah.
And I realized
stinky is not purely olfactory. You could have a stinky attitude. You know, it's like you got bad attitude. I found it to be a really good way to diffuse situations. That is honestly the best way to diffuse a situation, is just have the person who's mad at you be so confused, like, what? And then they forget about what they're mad about.
Yeah, because they're too busy trying to score points. They're not looking at the value of an existence, man. It's how it is. It's like it is now, because like I said,
when you unlock that primordial truth, you mellow out a lot. You can hear it from me, you can hear it from the chief. You mellow out a lot once you unlock that truth.
Oh, I still have stupid moments. My brain will still have days where I'm tired, or I had other issues, or other things came up. I'm like, I'm a dumbass for fucking doing that or saying that. We all do it, but it's just how it is.
Yeah. I've flubbed many times.
So like always, like I have to say, we all know now that the big things that made why fantasy's failing is Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, DEI, Western society,
and
video games. Yeah, and isekai, video games and isekai. We can actually blame something on video games for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like the most boober argument when I look back on it. Goddamn.
Yeah. Oh, it's just
I hate
a bad
it for being true.
Well, we're gonna have more fun boomer moments when we start talking about other topics. We have lots of topics. One of the ones is why are boomer shooters trying to push off prices in the 50s, 60s, and 70s? Shouldn't those be cheaper because they're boomer shooters?
Yeah, I'd say $20 is the max if you're making a boomer shooter. Doesn't matter how long it is. The reason I say $20 is that's a solid starting price. Let's take a look at a game that sold for around $20 that took off. Took off. Sold many copies. Not only was it because of a cheap price, but it ended up making more than AAA games.
Either. That's not even a boomer.
My God. Work with me for a second. You see where I'm going. You see the picture I'm painting.
Yes.
That game was able to spit in the face of AAA games. If you're making something as simple as a boomer shooter, it shouldn't go above a certain threshold, because if it's good, it's still going to outcompete.
Yep. Like, look at
that's the line I'm drawing here. All right, there's my Picasso right there.
But we'll talk about that more. We'll have more to talk about that later. We are going to end it. Is anybody on today right now as I save the game?
I think Logan said he's going to read a gaming magazine tonight, but I don't know if he's doing it yet. But I think he mentioned he was going to read one from the year 2014 when it had the word Fortnite in big letters.
Oh, is that the classic Fortnite? I'll look right now and see if he's actually on right now. We'll see. Yes, he is actually. Okay, so we will put Logan on tonight for the thing. Come have a look at Logan talking about Fortnite. As I do other things, because I will most likely. Oh, what am I doing in the one channel? Oops. I have so many links open, boys. The bad thing about. And then DJ Ronnie, what are you doing tonight for your live stream?
Planning to play Star Wars Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight. I'm actually prepping a thumbnail for it right now.
I gotta start actually doing thumbnails and just me putting the cats up because I just like putting the cats up. If people send me images of their kitty cats, I will put more kitty cats up. Aris, are you doing anything tonight? Are you playing anything?
Super Mario Land 6 golden coins and maybe other stuff.
Okay. Are you checking out the new? Are you checking out the new one that just came out, or are you checking out the one? Because I know someone redid the Mario Land, Super Mario Land, and they did it on the Super Nintendo emulator. I think I saw.
Just the original Game Boy 1 on Switch Online.
Okay, cool. All right, well that'll be fun for that. I just small screen that, but I'm just gonna put the cat up anyway. And the kitty cat is closed. There we go. We got a cat. We got a little goblin staring at you with his grin. That's such a goofy little. I love that little grin. That little grin she gives you. Oh yeah, cute.
Touch me if you dare.
Touch me if you dare. I love it. All right. So, like to thank everybody. We will see you guys on Monday for Monday Madness as we talk about. Bob will be doing some stuff. He should have a review of Witch that day. Witch, we're Witch. Boop 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 boop. Boop, boop, boop. And we might have another episode of Witch Hat Alterer, and we might have another episode. Then Bob might have actually
Hey Google,
watched
broadcast. I'll be right down.
Mhm.
Oh shit! Pardon me.
Hi.
I'm fucking sorry, guys.
All right, boys. So we got a lot of stuff, and like I said, check out everybody else that will be on tonight. There'll be a lot on tonight. A lot of entertainment for the boys out there. We are the new entertainment, I guess. Well, we will see what happens, and we'll see you next time on Or4 Chief Reviews. We'll see you next time on Throwback Thursday as we continue our adventure to the past. Where not all the video games sucked ass. Have yourselves a very good day.